Welcome back to Russia Madness session number 32, What We Do in Shadows. Last session, the group stealthed onto pirate ship, murdered a lot of people on one side of the boat, and on the other side of the boat, have gotten themselves into a very interesting situation. So technically, the alarm has not been risen yet. This guy down here is saying, "I think he went this way. You are up there now." And the old man says, looking at you because you are the leader, "Should I raise the alarm?"
No, not yet. What
Okay.
did you see?
Perhaps you should go down and talk to him. I'll keep an eye out from up here. I didn't see anything.
I'm
Where?
coming down.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Perception is somewhere.
So you're keenly aware that you yelling down to the guy below has caused the attention of these individuals over here and the individuals on the other side for here to start looking in your general direction. They haven't started moving over there, but they're just kind of idly kind of looking over in that direction. So you descend down. And he's looking around. And these ones here are approaching, coming over to the railing. "What's happening?" says the larger, brutish looking guy. "Well, I saw a strange rat man running around trying to sneak into the window for the admiral. Should we raise the alarm?" And you're kind of walking up at that point.
What did you see?
He explains again.
Rat man.
Oh, and he ran down and kind of went this way, I think, kind of pointing over towards the kind of north of him. I think.
You've been drinking.
No.
Goes looks over the railing.
All right. So, you're kind of moving about, focused, as always. And you have advantage on this check, but go ahead and make a deception roll. Because you're interacting with more new people. The more people you interact with, the harder or the bigger chance you have to fail.
Deception.
Okay. So you kind of see the three kind of look at you, and then they reiterate the same question they asked him. "Well, should we raise the alarm?"
No, not yet. Let's look around first.
Okay. They start maneuvering, looking around. One of them goes down into the ship. The other one kind of moves back to their post at the edge. And this one kind of hops over the rail and descends down onto the red painted kind of keel of the ship below, or the big pincer, the red pincer, and starts making their way down into the kind of connected parts below. Okay, so you continue a what you know to be fruitless search. This guard will return back to his post angrily, and we'll snap back to the other group. So now at this point, you definitely overhear the kind of commotion up above. Asilius will kind of signal for Kieran, who will come over to him and start climbing up to where Asilius is at. And he'll grab the three bosuns, one over his shoulder, And then 2 underneath his arms. Oh, I'm not streaming my video. I'm making hand gestures over here. Oh,
John, you
The curtain
have a
behind the
phenomenal
man.
green screen.
Ah, yes, the wizard.
oh no. Okay, so, like I was saying, he'll grab the 3 of them and then start making his way down the steps towards the skull here. Asylus is holding his position. They're not doing anything besides that, so while that's happening, and again, these 3 corpses have already been tossed into the water, or dropped lightly into the water. What would the rest of you like to do? Keeping in mind, these guys are, as far as you're aware, not alerted to you, but as I said, you had line of sight on them, Lose. You do know that they're kind of focused, attention-wise, to whatever's going on the ship with the cannons.
Mm-hmm. Might as well take them out.
Okay, and like I said, Asylus and Kieran, you would know, are currently distracted doing their duty up there.
Yeah.
So, if you want to make a move, go ahead.
Yep. She's going to... do 2 shots. 22. First.
Targeting this one.
Sorry.
Okay.
Should have told you that first.
Yeah, no worries. She doesn't have range because she's throwing daggers, so she kind of watches you as you do it, kind of a bit concerned.
Yeah. And then I want to duck over here.
Okay.
Because
Orlandis,
this is higher, correct?
yeah. So it's just
Okay.
it's either stairs that go up to it.
Yeah.
Yep. Orlandis, you're still hiding under the steps. Cassia, you're kind of there as well, and Astrogoth, you were kind of hiding just behind that.
I was all the way in the back. I hope me moving myself up wasn't.
No, it's fine. So you would just be kind of moving to hide under that mass. That's okay. But that said, just whoever wants to speak next, I'll have her resolve damage here in a second. But since it's all kind of happening all at once, I just want to make sure I know what you're doing before we get to the next part.
I imagine since it seems like we're trying to be stealthy, I would follow suit with that. I do have invisibility, but I might want to save that.
Yeah. You haven't been using your range attacks at current because they're loud.
Yeah, there's nothing more alarming than a loud noise. I get it.
So
It's just a Ricola commercial, guys. Just don't worry.
Orlandis and Cassia.
Ricola.
Can I actually see the other 2 that
Not really.
aren't?
Not from that lower position. If you were to move up onto the same platform that Lose started on, you could.
Let's see. Yeah, I also am not very stealthy, so I think I'm just going to try to stay hidden until stuff starts happening. I know when I try to ready a spell to make...
It's a leveled spell, yeah, it goes.
Yeah. What about my Wand of Magic Missile? Will that...
It will kill a charge, yeah.
Okay. I'll just stay hidden then.
Orlandis.
Orlandis will come up this way. Like, towards this way.
Okay. So you're running?
No, stealthily.
Okay, so you move 30, right?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You'd probably be able to get to here at the base of the mast that goes up.
Okay. So right there.
Cool. And resolve damage for the 1 hit. Okay. So it clips him. It does not pierce him, but it does look like it kind of wings him pretty solidly. And immediately after the shot is fired, he kind of turns and looks in your direction. as you weren't able to hide simultaneously, he kind of catches you as the first bow shot misses, and the second one kind of catches him. And he points, drawing his jeweled scimitar or saber, kind of pointing it in your direction and yelling, "I think they're there!" And you can hear kind of like a commotion up above, and for you, at the same time, Bravik, you're seeing that the guards are kind of looking in that direction now. And the only one that's not able to kind of maneuver in a quick fashion to that location will be the one that climbed down on the crab arm. Okay. So, you've done it. Go ahead and roll initiative. And okay. Everybody rolled?
I think so.
Okay.
After initiative is rolled, I get to move either myself or someone.
Yeah, Silas and Kieran will refuse all benefits granted by tactician stuff, as you'd have to yell up to them or talk to them and they're a distance away.
Okay, so I'll just move myself.
Okay.
Go. I'll read there.
Alright. Wow, this is some really low rolls here. Oh, I
We're
forgot.
getting him out of the way.
We're just trying to keep our initiative very stealthy.
Below notice.
Unlike, let's say right now.
Alright. So on 23, you can kind of see Asilius kind of make a grimace on his face, looking down at the situation. When he sees the situation kind of unfolding as it is, he will turn his attention to the west, and he will, as a bonus action, after moving, hide at the steps, and stealth check. Okay, and then he will use his action to take a short bow shot on the first thug he can see, which will crit, which means he'll deal that damage, and he'll do, bear with me here. Come on, computer. You can do it. I believe in you. I've always have. 1 and 2. Bravik, as you're kind of looking around, you would basically see that these guards over here, kind of down on the lower decks, have been alerted. There's kind of a bit of a rise to the front of the ship down that way, so you see them kind of turn in that direction once the alert's been risen. Then you see an arrow sailing through the air with a white tassel attached to it. It hits the guy, and there's just like a flash of red, like a red line, and then you watch as his head flies into the air and spirals, sending blood all over the place, and then lands on the deck as his head is just lopped off by the arrow shot. Orlandus, you are up.
Alrighty, Orlandus is gonna run over here, make a spear attack on the guys southward, and then try to shove them all.
Okay.
Spear, natural 20.
So real quick, because do you have Shield Master?
Yes.
Okay. That'll hit. Okay.
And then the show 19.
That will succeed. He will push over.
Heck yeah.
And I am going to, because you don't launch him into the air like Baldur's Gate. He will
Why
go,
not?
He will go ass over tea kettle, but I am going to make a dex save, which I fail. So he doesn't catch the rail. He falls 20 feet. Roll 2d10.
2d10. I'm still getting used to the new layout.
Okay. So
9.
he hits down below on the skull and kind of hits in such a fashion that it kind of like causes him to fold over the eye bone there on the lower portion. So he's dead and he's laying there, but yeah, he's dead. He's just not in the water.
Mission succeeded. Okay, that's it.
All right, Orlando's done. Bravik, you are up. You are with them technically, so they look like they are getting ready to draw weapons and move in that direction to join the battle. You're muted.
You're muted.
Is this guy beside me up here? Is he actually still here, or did he go downstairs?
He's downstairs. He hasn't come up yet.
Okay. You two, let's wake the captain.
Of course. You go in. We'll hold here. And one of them kind of pushes the door open, allowing you access. Hold on a second.
Perfect. I'll go wake the captain
How
already.
much speed did it take you to get to the door?
30.
Okay. So you'll just be right inside. 1 second here. Welcome back. That's where you stop your movement.
I
If
can't
you want,
see.
you can dash. He is in the chair. There's no token for him at current. But if you want, you can dash to it.
The door's still open?
The door opens, but it's kind of a heavy door, so it kind of slowly comes back to near closed. Not closed all the way, though.
Actually, I'm gonna back up a step.
You're staying outside?
Yeah, I want to stay back. I want to go back outside real quick.
Okay. They aren't really looking in your direction. They're kind of focused on the other side.
Exactly. I want to use, if I can. There we go.
Yeah.
Are they within 5 feet of me?
One of them is.
Hmm.
Keep in mind there are at least 2 others, possibly 3 that are nearby.
Yeah, alright. I guess I will just stay inside, I guess. I will go
Okay.
in.
That's fine. Action dodge. Just being defensive. Is that fine or no?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Low sec.
We're going to move up the stairs and take a little station right here and shoot at this guy that's
Mhm.
next to Orlando's.
Yep.
Doo-doo. 14 and 26.
Both of those hit.
Great. 6 and 6.
Alright. He's still alive.
Alright, and
Okay.
then that's it.
Okay. It goes to the throng of pirates. So these ones will be surprised up on the north side. Also those ones on the north side. Also those ones on the far western side. The 2 that got shot at, their other friend got shot at, they're going to move to the railing and take cover. And get their weapons out. And take the dodge action.
Smart.
two here are going to move, drawing their bludgeons. They have kind of belaying pins that look like they've been kind of iron shotted. They look like they're more belaying pins for beatings than for like typical belaying. So yeah, they will try to beat up this Orlandis guy.
Sounds alright.
You have a shield out?
Yeah.
Okay. So then both will miss. Alright. The two guards are going to move to here, getting out their crossbows and also taking the dodge action as they drop behind cover. This guy is going to be surprised this turn. This lady is going to dash towards the guards here, and this guy's going to be surprised this turn. The guy up in the crow's nest, however, is not surprised, and he is going to draw his hand crossbow, pull it back, and I think he has him in range. Let me check. Yep. Gonna take a shot at the apparent threat. He can't see Lose, there's a bit of a boat in the way.
Lame. Kidding.
I mean, I can just shoot you, I guess.
No.
Bam!
No. Joke.
17 will miss. Okay. I think that is it for the pirates. Alright. Kieran will, still holding a bunch of bodies, just kind of throw them into the water. This creates a loud splash, and then he'll move back up onto the deck here, using his item interaction to draw a single pistol. Kieran's done. Ashragoth, you're up.
So, is there anyone at this point who is essentially unaware that we're here, or are we just going full dude at this point?
So you're not sure due to the chaos. Basically, what you understand to be happening is Lose fired the shot at the one guy, it didn't kill him. And then the ones up there kind of yelled out in response, which caused the people on the cannon deck above you, kind of to the north there, to respond. And you can see that they've taken up defensive positions on the railing at the top of that ship. You're not aware of where Bravik is. You thought he was actually causing problems before, but you're just not sure where he's located now. And again, there are a lot of pirates on here, so some of them probably aren't aware, and you don't think there's any way that the people inside of the underbelly of the ship, which, if you're looking at the ship, you see how there's the skulls?
Yeah.
Inside of the skulls, underneath like the main wooden section of the deck, is a kind of floating circular like
Platform of some
platform kind of connected to the skulls, yeah. And that's where like the main partying happens. And so there are people down there, you're aware of that, you just know that they're probably not aware of what's happening here.
Well, you know it's not as loud as Chaos? Musical instruments, so.
Yeah.
Would I need extra movement to move up this mast here? Or, well, I guess I could
No.
go run over the stairs.
You can run up the mast just fine. It's situated enough that it's kind of a bit, that's what its purpose is.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go here just so I can kind of put my back against this to give the people who are above me a harder time to see me from where they're at.
Makes sense.
And I will play a pirate jig at this guy right there.
You do. Hit, miss.
The most aggressive sea shanty of all time.
Yo ho ho, go kill yourself.
So one kind of like loops up and then slams down into the deck, causing like a splinter of wood to shoot up into the air. The other one hits him kind of just on the shoulder. His pauldron seems to kind of catch it. But yeah, bonus action. Did you want to use one?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Castia.
Is the one that I can see, presumably presumably I can see, is that the one that Lose shot? Or-
He looks fresh. The guy that
Okay.
got shot, you saw him get thrown over
Okay.
by Orlando's shoulder.
Oh, I've
checking.
also shot that one.
She can't see
Okay.
that one though.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, right.
I am going to use. I guess since we're out of stealth, it's going to be Sacred Flame on the one that's by the railing.
Okay. He failed it. You bring down the moonlight straight down onto him. Kind of cracks against him harshly. It's loud enough for you, Orlandis, that it sounds like there's like a sickening kind of pop there from the radiance, and it's probably one of the stronger ones you've seen. But yeah, there's your action, Cassia. Bonus action and move still.
I'm going to bonus action Steps of Night so that I get my flying speed and can move around the ship a little more aggressively. And then how much movement would it take to get up to here to get underneath that platform? Yeah.
I mean, it squares, the number of squares.
Okay.
Whee!
If I'm here, can I see the other one now, or...
No, because
Okay.
now you're too close to the ship to see up it. Yeah, you kind of had to be like over by the railing. And I forgot to move Miavar. She would have gone up and moved alongside Lose, but not thrown a knife at this point.
Okay. That's fine. I want to be under cover from the people that are up above, so I'll just stay here at this
Okay.
point. But
On initiative 1, there will be floating and stuff happening. I'll explain if you look down there what is happening down there. But yeah, it'll go back to Asilius, who will kind of move in here. And as a bonus action, we'll take the hide action. And he will then, with the rest of his movement, leap out, up and over onto the rail, and attack with his short sword. 23 to hit. Hits. For 5 piercing plus sneak attack.
God.
Catches him in the shoulder, pulls the blade astride, kind of throwing his blood onto the deck. Yeah, not happy about the fact that he's still alive. Asilius is done. Orlandis, you're up.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna stab this guy and then try to kick him off.
Go for it.
Oh, no stabby.
Okay.
And then athletics. Nope. That's my turn.
Well, yeah. Okay. Ravik, are you going in?
Yep, going in.
Okay, let me pull you back onto the other map, and I'll pull myself onto there as well. Okay, so he's in the chair, still sleeping. How would you like to proceed? And you'll have you'll basically be moving from inside because you said you were not going back out. So yeah, if you want to move up to the desk, I think you can. We'll talk about that. Okay, and he's kind of laying on it, so you're kind of, if you pop up onto it, you'll be standing above him. Do you want to use your action to attack him?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so do me a favor, and with whatever weapon you have, tell me what the maximum amount of damage is, and also, and then double that. And then that would be in addition to the fact that he's currently suffering from what you would consider 2 conditions. He's incapacitated, and he is also unconscious.
Okay, well, be my Tonto, which is 1. No, it'd be my combat knife, I guess. So, how do you want me to do this?
So tell me what the damage maximum on it would be, then double that amount, And also add any kind of special damage that you would as if you had 2 conditions on him, which you do with 2 conditions.
Okay.
Incapacitated / unconscious.
Okay, so it'll be 9, 18, and 2d6.
So yeah, those max
You
as
said
well.
so there are 2 conditions?
So those max as well and doubled. Yeah, 2 conditions. It's 2d6 per condition.
Yes.
So 4d6 times 2 is 8d6, and 8 times 6 is a number that I am not aware of because I'm bad at math. What is 8 times 6?
Hold on, I have a calculator.
A number?
8 times 6 is 48.
Okay, so 48 plus that first number you said, which was what, 18?
18.
Yeah. So you hop up onto the desk, you look right at the back of his neck, the tiefling, and you kind of pull the Tonto up straight down into the back of his neck. You hear kind of a sickening pop of the spinal column being severed. You can feel the blade hit the desk, not go through the desk, kind of like tap against it. And as you kind of twist the blade, then pull it out, you can see that like blood is just now streaming onto the mat. The Admiral is dead.
All right. Then.
You can take his hat for confirmation on the kill.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's your move and your action, so you're done. Lose, you are up. We'll go ahead and move me back to the world.
Okay. Since we are, there are like stairs to get up there, or is he on this base level that I'm also on?
So
This
yeah,
guy?
it's kind of a step up. It's probably about 2 feet. It's nothing more than a hop over. So yeah, you
Oh,
can
okay.
attack him from lower position. It won't change anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I would like to move myself right here and give him a little stab.
Okay. First one will hit.
Very sad about that second one.
No, I know.
15 for the first though.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so that'll actually kill him. So would you have moved around
Oh.
for the second attack against the other guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 options here because you're using a cool magic weapon, and I'm more than fair. Option 1 is the normal progression of damaging the weapon. It'll just go to fine. Option 2 is you roll a d20, and depending on what you roll, I do a random effect with the weapon instead of damaging it.
Oh.
What's it gonna be?
Maybe this is how we sink the boat.
Yeah, it turns into a
It's also
lightsaber,
red.
falls right through, and melts the entirety of the deck.
Oh god.
Water starts burbling up out of
Oh
the doodle
wait.
hole. So it'll be in
Wait.
fine condition if you go for just the damaging it.
Yeah. I'm checking something real quick. Could I use one of my wishes
What?
to redo
No, you can't
to
cast
get
wish.
the credit? No, I can't.
Wish is an action.
Oh,
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Use your wish action to cast wish.
I could. Oh, it's only Brunica.
Okay, since you can't come to an easy decision on it, I'll just damage it.
I'll just take the damage.
Fine
Sorry.
condition. No worries.
I was trying to see if I could do something, but
It's okay. It'll go back to them. So he is going to, now that he has seen his friend get stabbed by this dervish here, he's going to turn his attention onto the redhead and attack twice. Both attacks will hit, 22 and 23 on the rolls. So it'll be a total of 14 bludgeoning damage for Lose. Then, oh sorry, before that, I apologize. Miavar will do a thing. Hold on. Okay, she runs up, jumps onto the railing, runs across the railing, and then kind of does a cartwheel, landing behind the guy. As she lands, her sword and her knife are out, both kind of jumping into his back. So dagger and rapier. She does not get the first one. In fact, he catches it with his belaying pin and it stabs into it, and she tries to kind of yank it out, but he pulls it away. And her hand immediately goes back towards her back for another dagger as her rapier is pulling out of him with a jet of red. And it deals not enough to kill him.
Okay, so I'm taking.
Orlandis, I want to see
then he-
you run along the rail. You're nimble. You can do it, Jonah.
100%.
These two here will hop over the rail and shoot down, one at Orlandis and one at Lose. Both will miss. And then they drop back down to reload. These ones who are fighting Kieran and these new ones who are no longer surprised. Fighting Asilius, I mean. So it looks like I've got 3 of them, all attacking Asilius. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ouch. 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 And ouch. He is kind of pressed against the rail and just hit a bunch of times with the bludgeons. 23 damage. He looks pretty beat up, but not bloodied yet. Okay, that's them. Then these ones will come up onto deck. And this one will rush over onto the deck as well. These ones here will start making their way. They have to do so cautiously because of where they're located. Okay. These ones not so much. We'll dash. Oh, nope. Dash. Okay. Then the sniper will shoot his hand crossbow down at Orlandis. That'll miss. And the mage, that's right. I said it.
Is it the old grandpa?
No. The mage is this lady here with a fireball in her hand.
Whack.
She will not cast fireball though.
Also whack.
I mean, if you want me to, I can, I guess. No, she is going to cast Mel's Acid Arrow on Lose. She will miss. Alright, that is it for the pirate side. I will say no one would see the thing that's happening with this guy over here, though. Okay, cool. Kieran will go. He has a pistol in his hand. So he is going to just light that bad boy up. He's going to shoot up at this guy here. For his shot, he does not care about their cover. He just does not give a
As he shouldn't.
Just does not give a fuck. He misses for his second attack. He takes that pistol and immediately kind of pulls it around to the back, pulls the second one and shoots, and he hits. Not much, and then he'll pull a third pistol, putting the other pistol back and away, and also miss. So he only hits the one time. Cassia, as you watch him kind of moving forward, pulling the pistols, shooting, and like putting them back into their holsters or into different holsters, watching him, it's kind of impressive. It's like a movie. There's smoke flying everywhere, etc. But you're passively perceptive enough to see that there's a very strange thing happening. As the guns kind of enter into the sheaths, you see what looks like a small mouse rushing around to the holsters and kind of moving at the mechanism of the gun. And what you realize is whatever this mouse creature is reloading the guns as they sit in the holsters.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever heard of.
Kieran's done. Astrogoth, you are up.
Rat-a-tat-tooey over there.
Gain inspiration.
Yep, that was a good one.
That was really good.
If you already have it, pass it along.
I used it for something last time, so.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't think anyone heard it.
All right. Moving up.
Yep, and then would I be able to hit him without hitting any of our allies?
Yeah, you can't. If you're shooting dudes, there's really no way you're going to hit your friends. I don't typically do that. I used to.
Just checking.
Back in. That'll hit, and that'll hit. All right. Sadly, not enough to kill him. He is still alive as the blasts slam into him. But Orlandus, you can tell he's basically kind of like, there's stars in his eyes. You can tell for sure. It looks like he's kind of battered from all of the hits and wounds here. Astrogoth done.
Yes.
Cassia up.
Okay, I am assuming I can see the
Yeah.
whole lot of people over there on. Okay.
It's pretty close. Like, I would say that the ones further back are a little harder to see because you're looking up at an angle at them a bit,
Mhm.
but it's not that bad.
I was asking because they're in moonbeam range, so I was just gonna
Oh,
go ahead
gotcha.
and get
Go
that
ahead.
out of the way.
Drop that down then, wherever you like. Oh, I was actually today's years old that I learned that Moonbeam is not normally a cleric spell.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, I was very confused.
It's a druid spell, right?
You kind of want to situate it so, because none of them are more than, you're going to have people who are less than 50, so you kind of want to put it, on the grid.
Yeah, I think that's probably, that'll probably be the best way to get some number of them.
Yeah, kill the bosun. It'll probably be the easiest one to melt. And then, again, because we're doing not full Baldur's Gate rules, but slight, go ahead and roll damage for Moonbeam. Okay. I am going to move it to the back. So, it definitely seems to hurt the larger pirate quite a bit. But what it does do is it seems to just completely obliterate the young boats, right? Just kind of burning them. A loud scream kind of emanates from them. Not loud enough for you to hear it due to the wind and waves. And like I was saying to Astrogoth, dudes are pretty loud, but they're not loud enough for. Well, there's probably some sort of alarm horn or something to that effect. Okay, moving to 1. Fighting the fight here at Lose, and kind of knowing that one of the guys was thrown over, but you're not sure whether or not he died or not. You do a quick look over the rail to see and confirm, and you can see that your Beholderkin friend is basically eating the face off of this guy down there. Just kind of like pinching his face and kind of pulling like the cheek meat off and kind of like putting it into his lamprey-like mouth and kind of.
I mean, you know what? It's food.
It's efficient.
It's
Don't-
efficient.
don't kink shame him.
He's cleaning up the mess. I'll take it.
So
If he ain't dead, he is now.
It's a little disturbing, not gonna lie, but
slightly
You're
sad.
just gonna let that pirate go to waste?
I know,
By
right?
his current position, Asilius will kind of like holding his bow in one hand and his short sword in the other. You watch him kind of put the bow at the small of his back, and kind of clamps onto his belt, and then spin the sword and sheath it. As he does so, shadow kind of moves off of the blade, kind of erupts around him, and he seems to become like a shadow man for a second. And then he fades out of existence and appears. It would be right at the top of the steps. When he manifests again, he's still in that shadow man-like state. He appears to be kind of like insubstantial, not quite fully there. That's a bonus action. He will move action down the ladder and over to Kieran. And as an action, he points over at them to Kieran and says, "Go for that one," and seems to be using his help action to aid Kieran. Orlandis.
Alrighty. I'm gonna try to do the thing again. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hit him with Demolish. Can find it. Okay. 22 to hit.
That'll work.
5.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna walk away. Can I get up this or no?
So no, that's not a that's not a course of no.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you wanted to jump up onto that next higher deck, it's like a 15-foot height. If
Okay.
you wanted to climb the horn, you could try that, but it's definitely precarious. It looks like the normal method for getting up there is kind of around the outside, the way that Bravik kind of went.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just go the normal way.
Yeah. There's a bit of a isolinear kind of nature to the map that you may notice. So like that horn actually goes straight up into the air.
Gotcha. Alright. That's I still have a bonus action. I'll give inspiring word to not Kieran. Damn it, forgot his name.
Asilius.
Yes.
Gotta remember your crew.
I got him. You get 7 temp HP. And then that's it.
Okay. Bravik. Muted again.
I'm back. Alright. I'm just gonna move back to the door.
Okay.
Kind of peek out.
Do you want to use your action to do anything before you move up to the door? Like anything kind of tricky or cool?
Is there anything interesting like around here? Like,
There's a bunch of shit in there that's really cool looking, but
okay, not time to look at it. Okay.
yeah, I mean, if you want to use your action to do so, you can.
Yeah, I'll use my action to look around real fast.
Okay. So looking around, the map is of note. It looks like there's a couple of places kind of on the Ordris northern coast that are marked. There is a couple of scrolls that look like they are also maps. There's a bag. The bag has a symbol on it, which you don't recognize, but definitely looks like it's some sort of important symbol. There's a book opened on his desk that looks like it was some sort of ledger. There's several treasure chests in the space. Lots of food in the bottom right corner. The only thing that really kind of like stands out is as you're kind of pulling the blade free from him, he's kind of forced up and back into his seat, and hanging around his neck, you notice that there is a very familiar symbol, a symbol that you recognize as a mark of ownership. The symbol in question is the symbol of the Shinayoro Kengo. So basically, this person is a mark. And what a mark in Shinayoro Kengo parlance means is this person is not an official member of the Kengo, but someone who works for them.
Well, definitely taking that.
Okay. Grab it, pull, and you have it. That's your action. And you can move towards the door, as you said.
Actually, I'm gonna move towards the window and look out.
Okay, that works.
Try to peek out.
Looks like everybody's away from the door. Nowhere's actually near it.
I think that's as far as I can move, though.
Yep, we'll go to Lose.
Okay.
And I will shift you onto the other map.
Yay!
Okay. So Lose, you're up.
Okay. On this little platform here,
Mhm.
if I hop up onto it, can I see these guys?
Yeah, well, they have the railing, the benefit of cover, but yeah, you can still see them.
Okay. Do they have like half cover?
So yeah, because they are, it's kind of a half cover situation, +2 to their armor class, because they're shooting over the rail.
Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and switch out and shoot this closest one to me.
Got it.
24 and 22.
Both will hit.
9 and
5.
5.
14. All right. Both kind of clip him in the head. You can see him kind of like duck back beneath the cover as he kind of popped his head up. He's not dead, but he's not happy. All right. Any movement besides?
And then I will, let's see, that's gonna be 25. I can move right there. Ooh, right next to Orlandis.
Okay.
And then that'll end my turn.
It'll go to them. They're going to pop over the rail again.
So the one take the moonbeam damage.
Yeah, will. But the two that'll. No, he's dead. Yeah. The two will pop over the rail and shoot down. Got a couple of random targets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So for the first one, I'll fire at Castia, and this one, Orlandis. Because random rolls. Okay, so for Castia, miss, and then for Orlandis, also miss. The spellcaster will, since you're all nicely packed at this point, will cast Fireball. Any everyone in that area to go ahead and make a dex saving throw.
Fireball.
You know it.
I am gonna use that inspiration I got just a minute ago.
Well played. DC's 14.
Nice.
28 damage if you fail, 14 damage if you pass. And Kieran and Asilius.
Oh, whoops! I just rolled regular dexterity.
Sufficient.
I'm gonna use my reaction to take no damage.
Okay, looks like they are fine as well. Kieran will take half, Asilius will take none.
You said half is 18?
Half is 14.
14.
28 would have been max. Or would have been the full.
Gotcha.
Okay, so caster's done. These ones are going to rush onwards, dashing to do so. So they're behind the horn, not on top of it. The sniper doesn't have a line on anyone. Oh, Miolar would have moved. Sorry, I forgot. She would take the dodge action as well. These guys would rush this way. Out onto the deck. That's a dash to do it. And then I think that's everybody that's moving. Okay, cool. So now fighting time. Oh, nope, these guys are moving also. Sorry. They're actually going to move up to there and just shoot down at you guys with their crossbows. I think they'll still be firing at Kieran. I don't think they've lost the scent on him, so to speak. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. One of those will hit. He'll use his reaction to Uncanny Dodge. So he currently is resisting all damage due to his shadow form, and then he's going to take half again. So it'll be 6 to 3, then 3 to 1. So as the arrow kind of comes towards, or the bolt comes towards him, he shifts to the side, it kind of catches him in the arm, and like a sliver of kind of shadow just kind of goes with it. Doesn't look like it hurts him, but there's still this just kind of bit of him that goes with it. Because Shatterkire, cool.
Mhm.
I guess the sniper would have range on those two. Then yeah, sure, why not? Get all the shots I can. It's gonna miss. Okay, cool. So at the bottom of that initiative round, though, what you hear is a very loud sound blasting from the northern portion of this ship. It sounds like a massive horn being blown. And yeah, it appears. Oh, I had these guys. I forgot. They would have made it to there because they had to take the long route. Gotcha. But yeah, this little guy here is blowing a horn, which means that the people inside of the pirate ship are probably going to be coming out in short order. And you know that there's at least a mage powerful enough to cast Fly down there. Okay. Kieran will kind of look at you guys as we're kind of being surrounded and says, might be time to leave, and then kind of steps to Orlandis. As he does so, you see him pull out a small powder keg and throw it. It kind of slams up onto the deck up there. And that is his first attack. With his second attack, he'll shoot it.
Barrelmancy!
He hits it. Deck saves from these guys. Fail. And it doesn't matter if he failed or not, he dies. So it explodes. This guy gets shot off into the distance. The other two kind of dive for it, and the explosion kind of blows up there. Good explosion. Kieran is kind of backs up to you, Orlandis, and he made his suggestion. Astrogoth.
I'm unsurprisingly going to just doot.
I never would have seen it coming.
Or actually,
Shocked.
no, I wouldn't be able to see up there, probably.
Well, they're leaning over. They fired down at you guys, so yeah, you can see them, but they just have 3/4 cover if you're shooting up at the ones right there.
No, I was thinking of using a spell that's an AoE, but it would have been centered like around here, and I wouldn't probably be able to do that. So
I would say that if you were wanting to hit a good grouping of them, it would be these guys that just came fresh from the stairs to the northeast.
yeah, but then the melee people won't have anything to do. But okay, I guess
That's smart, actually. Good point. You could shoot. Well, these ones are probably going to be overtaken by the. What's the AoE spell?
I was going to use this one again.
Yeah, you could center it on the rail. It'll go into the room like 30-foot radius, and it'll be above you. But it'll also descend 30 feet down, which means it'll kind of touch near where you're at.
But you could back up out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with 120 feet range, I would imagine you could center it high enough in the air that it won't come far enough down to hit people here.
If you wanted to, you could move here, and then target the horn, and then it'll be up there, but not down there.
Yeah.
But then the enemy melee people will have something to do.
No.
Well, no, you don't have to stay there. You can move down point and then move back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, let's do that then.
that's 20, and your speed is 30, right?
I think so. Let me double check. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just pop back to here and then be adjacent to 2 fighter types
Help me! All right.
who go before the baddies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Losai would step in front of you.
Yeah. So I would target the horn, like you said.
Yeah, so it'll get everybody besides these little guys back this way. That's fine. Okay, and then it is. Yeah, we're doing it Baldur's Gate Ian style, so
I
yeah.
need to do that.
No, I do need the damage now, so it's okay. Okay,
Oh, well, there you go.
so pass, fail, pass. Okay, so they're pretty good at con saves apparently. So the burly pirates will take 10 and not be affected by the exhaustion bit, right? It's half on.
Yes.
No.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay, so no damage. Interesting. Okay. But the little guy gets obliterated. The boat's right. All right.
But I think part of the reason for that is that it does stick around. So
Yes.
if they're
Yeah, and it's every turn too. Or starts its turn there. Yeah, that's key. And they're gonna definitely want to hightail it out of there. I am going to draw an ellipse. So it's 30-foot radius. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So it actually would get that guy back there, so I'll go ahead and give him a go. He dies too. And again, so it's high enough that it's not touching down on you. It's just kind of catching the deck above.
right.
So there's just like a big glowing like disco ball of death.
Well, the way I had described it last time is it was like ghostly dancers that were dancing and bumping into people.
The
A
dance
ghostly
macabre.
discotheque of death. Okay. Got it. Okay, so Astrogoth done. Castia, you are up.
All right, I'm going to my action move the moonbeam down to get the two that move down the stairs.
They die immediately. If you can get it on them.
Yeah, I was scrolling down just now to see it's a 60-foot move, so.
Dead.
And then looking around, are any of us bloodied at this point?
Asilius is pretty beat up as he's slowly kind of coming into form again. Just about bloodied. But everyone else... Oh, Losei's beat the shit out of, yeah.
I'm fine.
As my bonus action, I'll use Healing Word.
Okay.
Eight back to Losei.
Thanks.
And then I'm going to move down there back towards the way we came and get back underneath this overhang a bit.
Smart.
One fireball is enough for me.
Asilius will use a bonus action to dash and move down, jumping down as well, and then rushing down the steps. And then we'll use his action to dash as well. It does not look like he is running like away like a coward. It looks like he's running with purpose.
Mhm.
All right, Orlandis.
Let's see if I can make it. So yeah, I think Orlandis would go. Yeah, take that attack of opportunity. Can he, from there? Can he?
What attack of opportunity? Oh, from this guy.
He
okay.
moved right here.
Yeah, I went
Gotcha,
that
gotcha.
way.
I'm sorry, I was confused.
You could have.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like he was ready to take that attack
Doesn't
of
matter.
opportunity.
He missed.
Okay. Can I see this guy from down here, or would I have to make ranged?
Well, now that they are in the... No, the light doesn't cause any issues. So yeah, you can see the people on the railing. They just have cover.
No, not those guys. This guy right here.
The
Oh,
guy you
absolutely
ran
not.
past.
Okay. So then, yeah. Alright, fine. I'll shoot some Eldritch Blasts at, the guys on the railing.
Dude.
Hey, that's my shtick.
It's
First of all,
mine
good.
now!
They're not
That's all right. You know the
cool.
difference between you and I'd make that shit look good.
True. Alright, that's 7 damage, and then I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay. Bravik, you are up. I'm kind of clicking ahead.
I'm gonna jump out the window onto this little. Right
Still
here.
looking like the one guy.
You look like a little guy. They're all distracted. No one's looking at me.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna use Shower of Kunai, and I think I can hit all these guys that are sitting up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30 range. Okay.
Okay.
How do I roll it? I don't know what.
Make a multi-target ninjutsu attack. So you just make an attack roll.
I thought I had this on my bar to click. Look what happened. That's weird.
Just a regular like range attack. The Kusurigama's attack should be fine. Okay. So that'll hit all of them, and then you'll roll a d6 plus your dex mod.
2 plus 5, 7.
Alright, doesn't kill anybody, but they are all currently bleeding.
Also, because I have Merciless Strikes.
When you make a melee attack, this is not
Oh, wait, that's wrong. That's the wrong one. Wrong thing. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I got it from a filter. Class. No. Overwhelming Assault. There it is.
You give bonus little to no time to react when ambushing them. You make an attack against a creature that isn't aware of your presence, views you as an ally, which they totally do. They must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, they are stunned. Okay. So going from left to right, the mage succeeds.
I think it's a 16.
Yeah, I got a 19 on the roll. I was pretty sure that was grander. 14 will fail. 12 will fail. And a 17 will succeed. So then this one is stunned. Bear with me here. Where's my lightning strike to the head? Oh, it's paralyzed. Which one did I use for stun? I forget. Let's see.
The little swirly thing, I think.
Swirly thing.
I don't remember.
Fuck. Okay, found it. It's the broken shield. Okay, so those two up front are stunned.
Okay.
The mage will turn to watch as you throw daggers at her from behind and be like, what the hell?
That was my bonus action, by the way, for quick hands.
Yep.
So I'm going to move up to her and just try to attack her straight up.
Okay. With the still bloody Tonto.
Still Blade Tonto.
Hit. And she'll have one condition, so you'll have plus 2d6 damage. Alright, that'll kill her. And she kind of turns back. What are you? And you kind of rush forward, just straight into her chest, and she's like, blood just shooting out of her chest. You kind of grab the kunai off of her, the two that you were there, and kind of just pull them out of her as she's like,
15. And I'm going to assume, I don't know if anyone saw that or not.
No. Just the one guy, this guy here, who's currently suffering from radiance in his face, but yeah.
I'm going to go and use the rest of my movement. I'm going to flip over the railing.
Okay.
And just start walking down the side of the ship. Like, what's up, guys? Surely y'all know. Like, I'm walking on sideways on walls.
It goes to these two who will kind of move out and about, but are not walking into the massive dance of death that they perceive. Go ahead and roll damage for the dance. The stunned ones can't save, so whatever the damage is, they'll just take instantaneously. Oh wait, no, it's a con save. They can save. They automatically fail deck saves. But go ahead and throw that dance damage for me, Zach.
Dance. What was it again? Can I just?
4d10.
The spell, you mean? Sickening Radiance.
No. The damage. I was just gonna roll it manually. It's 4d10.
Yeah. Okay, fail. So all three of them will die in the Radiance. Alright, that's super
Dance off!
So you hear the horn bleat again, and you'd also hear what sounds like a pretty loud commotion coming
Wait,
from...
did you skip me?
I shouldn't have. Go ahead and take your turn. Yeah, I did. I
We
got-
should do. We click that for me, and then click
Go
that at my
Yeah,
turn.
I got ahead and I forgot.
I was like, oh, wait a
Because
second.
his turn was really long, and I kept on trying to remember everything that was happening before. I failed you
Okay.
as a friend.
How
Go ahead and
dare
take your
you,
turn.
just because I got the new intrigue box. I'm going to move in between
Astrogoth.
Astrogoth and these guys I want to stab, and we're gonna stab them.
Hit. And, or no, the first one will not. Sorry.
Yeah,
12
I
missed.
figured 9.
Okay, so he's still standing, and then I'll go to her. She will move forward and in, and Neovar will draw a new dagger, stabbing with the rapier and with the dagger. Bip bop. He is pretty well wounded but not dead. Bleeding.
And
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. And kind of as like a free action. Sorry, I was gonna nod to Astrogoth and be like, "Get down," and kind of nod towards the stairs.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Kieran will kind of jump down to here with like a thud, move past Astrogoth back onto the rail and like past Lose as he spins his two guns into clubs. Actually, no. He's going to just shoot. He just point blank shoots them. Miss, hit. And that'll get it. So, big puff of smoke in front of him, and then puts the gun to his neck and pulls, throwing that guy back a bit. Oh, I totally skipped the pirates again.
Yeah, sorry, I was about to say that.
Okay, we're gonna stop for a second here. I need to. My brain needs to catch up. So,
Yep.
pirates
Pirates.
step forward. That guy would have swung before he died, and this guy would have actually filled this position. So there we go. Then one's attacking Miavar, and one is attacking Lose. So against Miavar, miss. Against Lose, this is the cool guy. So he is coming at you with a saber.
Mhm.
Miss.
I'll take it.
Wait.
Wait,
19.
19 hits.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Weird. Okay, so one of them rolled invisible, and then one of them rolled open, and then the last one rolled open. So you're seeing 2, right? Not 3?
Yeah.
Oh, that is really weird, roll 20.
I'm seeing a damage piercing 5, which was from Kieran.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say the last
the
one.
2 pirate first mates.
So go ahead and make a strength saving throw,
Okay.
and I'll go ahead and then slip these guys back into DM's
18.
mode, and hopefully they remain there. Okay, so he comes at you with a saber. His first attack kind of like hits your rapier away, and then he strides inwards and kind of flicks the weapon in to kind of catch you in the face.
Mhm.
You take the damage, which is 9, but it also kind of like in the batting, he tries to kind of pull the blade back and push your rapier out of your hand, or your thin blade out of your hand, but
Yeah.
you manage to keep a hold of it. Okay, then Kieran steps up, shoots his friend.
Yep.
And the guy died. He missed his attacks against you. Double checking and making sure I don't have any other pirates. I do have the sniper, so he's going to take his shot. He's going to shoot at Astrogoth.
Do not like.
23 to hit. 3 piercing damage. And I need a con save. It's all or nothing on this. Okay. So you'll take 28 points of poison damage. So it's 3 plus 28.
Where is this dude?
He's up on the high mast.
I want to do this.
Oh, okay. Do you have to have the triggering creature in 60 feet of range? It looks like. He is outside of that.
Yeah. Damn it. Okay. How much? What was the damage again?
So it's 3 real damage piercing and then 28 poison.
What was the con save?
Con save is DC 14. So
Okay.
yeah, 12
Yeah.
above.
What if each of
Yeah.
us?
If the second dice would have helped, I would have said, does anybody want to spend
Well, I have inspiration. I would have
Yeah.
used it if that was.
But I always ask when it matters.
What if he gets 2 inspiration?
That's not how this works.
Adds a doubles it.
So then Kieran shoots that
Damn.
guy, and will kind of hold his position there. Then it'll go to Astragoth, who
That's
slightly
a
wounded.
Right in the tuchus. I'm gonna follow the advice I was given and get down,
Okay.
and not in the dance sense.
So Orlandis and Astragoth, since you're the first ones kind of getting onto the skull here, I want the two of you to go ahead and make perception checks, and then we'll move. If you have anything else you want to do, Astragoth, feel free to go for it. Or if you're just
I'll
dashing.
probably do a doot if I can, but
It definitely sounds like there's a good maybe 30 to 80 somewhere around there. A lot of individuals, from what it sounds like, inside of the ships and inside of the underside that are now kind of yelling out in kind of like battle cries. So the Warren, so to speak, has been awakened.
zoinks.
And then however you'd like to move. You could have gone down these stairs if you're heading back towards the ship.
I didn't want to get near the melee. I figured
Gotcha.
this is the route my character would go.
Okay.
He just got hit, and he's like, ah!
He's also going to try to keep the cover up.
Well, you should be fine. There's a big old wall of bodies right between you
Well, I
and me.
think I think what he's saying is he doesn't want to run out into the open and get shot again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Cassia,
I'm assuming I cannot see the sniper from
you
this
don't
since
even know
I'm.
he exists. Yeah.
Well, would I have seen Astrogoth get shot and come?
You
Screaming
see
down.
Astrogoth like in pain, and there's
Okay.
definitely a bolt in him. But yeah, you didn't see the shot.
It bit me.
All right, I will, since he is next to me, cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Once I find it,
I have that problem a lot.
21.
Yeah.
Huzzah! Thank you, good sir.
Or madam.
Or yeah, sorry.
I will continue to hide under here and just wait for other people to move.
Okay. All right, Castia done. Sileus will go up next. He is going to just nearly get to the boat. He grabs the tie off and is kind of holding it, but he hasn't been able to kind of secure the boat yet. Okay, Asilius is done. He'll take the dodge action since he's not really taking an action with the rope securing. After Asilius, it'll go to Orlandis.
Can I see the sniper guy from where I am?
Yeah. But he's got a pretty decent position cover-wise. And yeah,
That's okay.
he's like 100-something feet up. Or 100-something feet away.
120.
Well, that's straight as an arrow. It's also kind of up at an angle.
Oh,
So,
oh,
yeah.
never mind then.
You
Alright,
could-
so
if you
I'll
have
just
120-foot range, you can shoot at him. But I'm going to say it's going to be... he's got pretty solid cover for that.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot him with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
as soon as I find it. Somewhere. Okay.
19 will miss. 25.
Can I use my inspiration for the
You
first
want
one?
to for an Eldritch Blast?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, go ahead if you want to waste it.
I'll waste it.
Okay.
Hell
So-
yeah.
5 and 7.
Yeah,
Okay. He doesn't look too put off by the damage.
just to know that he can get hit from there, and then
No,
I'm
it
just gonna
gives him a
step around.
target is all. Then what?
Just gonna run that way.
Cool. Orlando's
That's
done.
it.
Ravik, you are about 5 feet down on the rail, or on the other side, on the flat side of the ship.
I'm gonna. If I'm standing on the side of the ship, can I like look in the cannon port?
You can. So what you'll see is there's a very harsh mesh of chicken wire around the cannon itself. The cannon looks like it is seated in a very large metal brocade that's kind of settled into a metal hull portion that kind of looks like it's very secure. You'd also notice that the pivot of these devices is kind of locked into the steel floor. And it seems that the kind of mesh shield that's kind of placed around it has a certain kind of like frosty glow to it. There's no one in there that you can see, but for like a quick second, you see someone kind of pass from there and kind of maneuver towards the western side. Your presumption is that people inside of this area are going to be moving up out of the staircase where the boy came from. You remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up there, the staircase.
And you also know that kind of coming down, it looks like there's also an entrance beneath there. It looks like there are doors inside of these little, what look like kind of, almost looks like columns that have been kind of seated underneath the ship and kind of have doorways at the bottom of the ship and possibly to the interior. You're not for certain.
Okay. 10 feet down. 20 feet that way. Okay. How high up am I? Like, how far down is it to this deck
Oh,
right here?
so that would be about 30 feet of
Okay.
movement. It's about 20 feet up from where Lose, Miavar, and Kieran are currently fighting to get to the
Okay.
top of the ship.
There's an enchanted chicken wire, so I can't go in the hole.
Well, no, it
Damn
doesn't. It definitely looks like chicken wire, but looking at it, it looks like there's a shield kind of connected to the front of the cannons that seems to move with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's like a armored.
it's almost like Star Wars. You know how the guns are kind of like
Yeah. like-
extracted through the glass. It's similar to
Mhm.
that.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna drop down to the floor and kind of hide in this little doorway right here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take dodge action.
Or do you want to take the hide action?
Hide action, yeah.
Don't worry about rolling it for right now. The stealth, I'll have you roll it in a second for hilarity. Okay, Ravik done. Lose, you are up.
That doesn't sound.
We're gonna stab this guy.
Okay.
Boop, boop. 27, I guess, hits.
Yeah, so you said the guy at the south, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the 14 misses. Okay.
I
All
figured.
right.
9, because that's the first mate, right?
Yeah. And done?
Yes.
Okay. Miavar will fight the burly pirate.
Best
Rapier and dagger.
Hell yeah.
Boop, bop. Alright, that's the first time this specific one has taken damage. He's fresh, but she does a pretty good wind up on him there to begin. Okay, so for the funny part, so Vravik, the doors inside of that position open, and you can hear a lot of footfall coming up and kind of rushing out. Do you wish to hide behind the doors, as you're taking the hide action to hide from the people coming out of the doors, or do you wish to try and basically like Assassin's Creed and be like, "Come on, help!" and kind of do a stealth that way?
How many people does this sound like?
So on first glance, it is at least 3, but then you can't really see too far into the space from your position, like in a split second. And that's just one of the 3 doors. You definitely hear. It does sound like there are others coming from the other doors.
I'm just gonna hide. I'm gonna stay.
Okay, so you
right
kind
where I am.
of get behind the door, let it kind of push against you, and kind of like as they kind of rush out. Okay, perfect. So you watch as a few of them kind of rush out onto the space. One of them kind of stops in the doorway and kind of stops the other ones behind him as he sees the moonbeam present there and yells back, "Tell the gnome to come up here. We need help." All right.
Don't need the gnome.
In that second, you would hear a "Howdit," and then see kind of magic appear around the moonbeam. And the moonbeam, to your mind, Cassia, disappears, kind of just fades from your mind and just vanishes. As someone inside of the doorway must have cast Dispel Magic upon it. Then
Rude as hell.
we got this one down here. As more start kind of coming out of this position as well. Down here. And I believe there are going to be 6 up on deck now. They see the radiance, and they are yelling something about Dispel Magic as well, as they see the sickening radiance. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. The ones that are active will fight. So the 2 sword attacks from the quote-unquote first mate. 7 and 14 both miss Lose. And then against Miavar, 5 and 8 will both miss. Actually, the 5... No, it's not a level up done. Okay. They are done. That does seem to be the first kind of wave of them. And again, it does sound like to your ears, Bravik, that more are coming. Lots more. Kieran will take the dash action. Oh no, he's still fighting. Let's see. Oh my god, this is a mess. I need to organize. Hold on. Do 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 do. So many character sheets. It's fine. We're having a good time. That's the important.
I believe in you.
He is going to sheath the gun, draw the greatsword. He's going to attack once. He's going to hit once and do a bit of slashing damage to this guy. That will bloody him. And that is it. He only gets 1 of the sword attacks. Astragoth. Oh, and oh, sorry, I do have a shot. The sniper on Orlandis. Orlandis, go ahead and make me a con saving throw.
Gotcha.
I believe in you.
8 piercing damage.
23.
And you succeed. It's all or nothing, so you take none of the poison damage.
Said 8 piercing.
Uh-huh. You see him after shooting, kind of pulled back down and kind of duck behind the cover, getting more kind of seated inside of the crow's nest. But you also see him kind of like throw the hand crossbow off to the side, not like away from him, just kind of like drop it down and then kind of pull it back up. And it seems to have been reloaded in that action. Just him shifting the weapon to the side instead of like actually cocking it and pulling it and loading it.
Metal.
Almost like he like pulled it off screen, then pulled the trigger, and it reloaded the gun. Astragoth.
I feel like this is a little bit of deja vu. I'm gonna run back, but in not wanting to get hit. I don't know why my character keeps bouncing around. I'm gonna go here, or wait, I'm gonna go
Down that
here.
way. Yeah.
Would I be able to like hide on the steps?
Yeah. And underneath that kind of rail, so you're not getting shot at. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because even though I don't know where exactly I came from, my whole I don't want to get hit again.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely hit really hard. Okay, and then dodge action.
Yeah.
Cool. Castian. Astrogoth seems to be cautiously moving.
Can I see the bottom set of 4?
Those one that just jumped out? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The ones further down over here.
Oh, yeah, also yes.
Okay. I am going to try dropping a moonbeam there.
Okay. And then go ahead and throw the damage for me. And pass. Fail. Okay.
And then I will run with towards Astrogoth.
Okay.
Yeah, with my flight, I can probably drop down over here. Is this like a
Yeah.
spot I can hide against? Okay.
Absolutely. He'll use his action as Silas, I mean, to maneuver the ship and get on it, ready to start helping with the rowing and maneuvering. Orlandis.
Yeah. I can no longer reach that dude. I'll just give an inspiring word if they're close enough.
Astrogoth?
Yeah, I'll give it to Astrogoth just in case.
That work?
Soon as I find
I appreciate
it,
ya.
you welcome. Nope, that's not the right one. Okay. You get 8 temp HP.
And
And
then,
then I'm gonna dash right there.
okay.
That's it.
Bravik.
From behind the door, I'm going to just throw a smoke grenade
Okay.
right into the middle of this deck.
It's, what's the radius on it?
10 feet.
10-foot radius, you said?
Yeah, 10-foot radius.
That good?
That's good.
Okay. Smoke.
And I
Coughing.
assume they can't see me.
Confusion. Yeah.
So I'm going to use dash. I'm going to try and slip down onto this deck.
Mm-hmm. That works.
That's 10 feet. Okay. How fast can I go? 60 feet. There we go. So, I was going to run over here.
Slide onto it.
We're going to slide over here next to Astrogoth, and I'm going to be like, what's up?
Okay.
He's going to see a pirate going,
Oh, hey!
A pirate just ran up on him.
It's me.
He doesn't look like Ravik, Astrogoth.
You
He
don't know
looks
that
like he looks like the guy with the jeweled sword kind of rushing out to you.
Well, I'm already taking a dodge action, so I don't think I would be able to get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he's not moving past you, so you're just kind of cautiously defending. And Cassia, you're also like concerned because there's now a guy rushing you.
I got more moonbeams, man.
It's me. It's me.
Do you say that as a free action?
Yeah.
Who's me?
It's me.
Smee's a pirate's name.
I don't even know who I am. How am I supposed to know who you are?
It sounds like Bravik. The voice of Bravik seems to be coming out of this guy.
Oh, I just assumed he was voiced by Matt Mercer since he does every voice.
Not in this game. Unless he wants to. If he wants to, I mean.
Me, Claude.
I mean, personally, I think I'm voiced by him sometimes,
Yeah.
but
I can't afford a Matt Mercer to voice people. Lose.
You know, we still want to beat up on that guy.
Yeah,
Fuck
Nope.
that guy.
that'll hit, and that'll hit.
18? Great. 12 and 12, so 24.
Yep. He's dead. You manage
Fuck
to kind
that guy.
of bat his jeweled saber to the side, and after like hitting it down, it kind of opens him up for 2 swift strikes to the chest. He falls to the ground, dying.
Great. She'll...
Maneuver.
Huh?
Maneuver.
Maneuver.
Yeah, like
Yeah, we're gonna take the opportunity attack from this guy
that's fine.
and then move down to there.
He missed, and she is killing him,
Okay, great.
and then she will follow.
What a pal. We're gonna move right there.
She will move right here, getting behind the stairs for cover.
Smart.
So you moved up onto the ship?
Smarter than me.
Um,
Actually, can I just stop like right at the base of the stairs there?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right,
It
so
looks cozy.
popping up from the crow's nest, just to get this out of the way, he'll take another shot at Orlandis.
God damn, he's got range.
It's a hand crossbow, but it seems to be shooting much farther than it should be. Yeah,
A magical crossbow over there. I should have killed his ass.
but you didn't, and now he lives. So the crossbow will hit at 23. 7 piercing damage, and go ahead and give me another con saving throw, Orlandis.
23.
Okay, success. So 7 piercing.
Okay.
All right, coughing, splurting in the smoke, but there are going to be a lot more of them doing so now, as they kind of just mill about, rushing in, bumping into each other, all about tripping over dead guys, not sure what's happening. Go ahead and give me the moonbeam damage. Okay, so he failed, and he passed. So they will rush out of the moonbeam area, taking the dodge action after doing so. A couple more will appear in the doorway, not rushing forward. These guys will nimbly move around it to this staircase with a dash action, drawing crossbows as they do so. And about 3 more will have rushed out around the moonbeam onto the deck with the dash action. Let's see. These all look like the same kind of dude. You would hear more kind of bellowing, or bellowing from inside of the space. It definitely seems like these are just the first ones towards the deck there. And yeah, I think that's it for the guys up on top, but they're just going to move where they can get space and start drawing their heavy crossbows out. This guy will go there. Okay. I don't think I have any other shots. Yeah, that's it. Cool. Kieran will book it. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Alright. Astrogoth.
Well, don't really have much for safety, so I guess we're gonna make a run for it. If I do a dash, I can go twice my speed?
Yeah, so it'll be 60.
I've got a plan.
Put myself in front of the other guy. You don't have to outrun the bear, you just have to outrun the
Well, if you
person
stand
behind
right
you.
in front of him, he would basically be giving you cover.
Hey, buddy.
Just running just in front of him and looking over your shoulder and like ducking down a little bit.
Yeah, I can see myself like running in front of him and just like looking back to make sure that I'm running just fast enough to remain ahead of him, but not too fast.
So he's shadowing you perfectly. Yeah. Castia. Can you make it funnier and run past them so that you're in front of Astrogoth and Astrogoth is then shadowing you?
Oh boy, that would be like a Three Stooges sketch.
Yeah. I think I'll dash to get down to this spot
So,
here.
Okay.
Yeah. But first, as a bonus action, why don't I just drop a spiritual weapon back there with those two on that bridge?
Okay. You and these guys here?
Yeah.
Go for it.
And then I'll have it swing at the top one.
Okay.
Yeah, 12's probably not going to hit.
No. Alright, Asilius will basically be ready to go. Orlandus?
He doesn't need any help, right? He has it all set up and ready to go. Like
No,
you said?
he's not going to be the main one doing it. He has an oar, so he can help.
Okay,
But yeah, Kieran's the one who's going to be pulling the boat.
gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I will get on, and get the other oar, and then I'll give a knight's move on someone.
Castia or...
How does Astrogoth look?
Well, he
Is he
looks
bleeding?
Fabulous.
fabulous.
He took what 27 or 21.
Yeah, it was like 28 damage. I don't know
It
if
was
that
28
shows up.
plus 5, and then I got 21 back, and I have 8 temp HP.
Oh, you're fine then. Okay, so yeah, I'll use Knight's move on Castia.
Okay, Castia's on the boat if she wants to be.
Save the healer.
Brevik?
Well. Hmm. I'm in full cover down here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop my disguise. I don't know if that's an action or a free action.
It's an action to change, I think. Let me
Is
double
it?
check. Disguise self. Let's see. Yeah, it's not a concentration spell, so you have to use an action to get rid of it.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop it
Yep.
and just.
Or until you use your action to dismiss it. Correct.
Okay. Look at the top. Okay, I won't drop it. I'll actually just use dash.
Okay.
Just look like a pirate running across the maybe they won't shoot at me if they think I'm one of them. Where the hell my damn... Okay, my measuring tool just vanished. That's kind of weird. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Since he's
9,
just moving, Losay, you're up.
5, 10,
I am
60.
also really just gonna be moving. I'm gonna be dashing to get to there, right in front of Astrogoth.
Alright.
And that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, and as I was running past, could I have seen our
Pirate
the
friend
friend?
rushing? Yeah.
this guy,
Oh, no. You don't know where he is.
Ikentoth?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's... Oh, you're the one... Who's the one who saw his face being chewed off?
It was
you.
me.
Yeah, so you know he's over there. Or they're
Okay,
over there.
she'll whistle to them and be like, Ikentoth, let's go.
I kind of like snaps up looking at you confused, and we'll do something on initiative 1.
He's
Okay.
not done with his dinner.
You know, I'm
Don't
sorry.
rush him.
I'm sorry.
Not terribly concerned about the spiritual weapon. They can't really do anything about. They're all going to fire their heavy crossbows. They are doing so at disadvantage. They are firing at the boat. So I'm just going to roll dice, and we'll see what happens. 5 of them.
Oh, you need to move Myvar with Limstay.
Yeah, thank you. None of those will hit. They kind of all shoot short, but it looks like it's kind of like first cannonade. They're kind of gauging their distance. Miavar, as she's running past you all, looking towards the pirate, she actually won't dash. She will, in the process, she'll throw a dagger at him. 19 hit. Yeah, does a 19 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Cool. Take 6 piercing damage.
0 piercing damage. Missile gloves.
Okay.
Catch the knife.
Who the fuck is he? Miara says. She's rushing onwards. Okay, so then the guys they shot, more people start piling out of the smoke, making their way kind of down, making their way around, kind of just gauging what's going on, not sure what the smoke's all about, and being confused. And then the ones who've set up on deck, they are going to fire down onto the skull, just closest targets first and onwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. None of those hit, but a bunch of bolts start landing like in between Kieran and Miavar. And then the sniper will shoot Orlandis again. Crit. Go ahead and make your con saving throw.
19.
Success. So you will take 14 points of piercing damage.
That's okay.
And
Guy has it out for you. You hunter marked your ass.
I'm doing my job. That's all that matters.
Yeah, he hasn't even fallen over yet.
you can't see in the throng of everything that's happening here, but you watch as the moonbeam that was kind of placed there vanishes.
I'm still ahead economically, but that's a more expensive spell slot.
I mean, yeah, fair. But that just means he has more second level spells to throw at you.
Better second level spells than third level spells.
Kieran will
I already ate one fireball. I don't need another one.
dash. And he is handed, as he's running up, handed the rope by Asilius. He will then jump. Again, he doesn't really have the distance, but just for flavor's sake, is jumping down into the water. And by into the water, I mean onto the water, because he can walk on it. Astrogoth. Orlandis and Cassia, go ahead and make a perception. Or I haven't got to one yet. Go ahead and make a perception roll for free. Okay, Cassia, you're not dumb. You're pretty clear that the pirate man who said it's me is Ravik, but you would know that if Ravik is rushing for the boat, and so is everyone else, there's not going to be enough room in the boat, as we discussed last time. Ravik did not arrive here on the boat. Why he is running towards the boat, you are confused, because there's not enough room in the boat. Everyone's not escaping on the boat. We'll see how that goes. Astrogoth, you rush, jump in the boat, right?
Yep, women, children, and beautiful men first.
Yes, of course. Castia?
This is gonna be a painful question, but can you kind of give me the heights of the different tiers of this boat?
The boat that you're in?
No, the like how far up is the skull? How far up is this?
Sure. So this is about like the top of the first part, about 15 feet, and it has like a ramp up to the top here, which ascends about 15 more feet. So Miavar is currently 30 feet above you, where you're currently at, and then this next part is 10 feet above that flat layer, and this is 20 feet above that layer. And so these guys are about 50 feet above you, or 60 feet above you, because this is 10 feet above the deck below it. Make sense?
Yes. The reason I'm asking is because control water and making a tidal wave to go that direction, I'm trying to figure out whether or not it would reach.
You're pretty sure that the boat will be moved if it's going to push. It's not going to cause like a situation where they're going to be knock-offable, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, it's supposed to be a 20-foot tall wave that travels from one side to the other, so I was trying to.
The boat is so big, it's just going to kind of like cause it to shift a little bit in the water, and it won't hit anybody except for your people possibly, or yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's
Oh, we can
fire
use it.
with
You can use it to push your little dinghy back
You could
away
do
from
that.
it.
There's a chance it would capsize. I'm not super into that. Okay. My spiritual weapon will hit one that's over there.
Okay. That'll work.
So,
Okay.
and then I will use a Cure Wounds on Orlandus as my action.
Asilius prepares and is ready. Orlandus preparing and ready to move the boat.
Yes.
Cool. Vravik.
Okay. Well,
Oh, sorry.
Vravik-
I forgot on one. Sorry. Not understanding
buddy.
why. Just starts flying towards the boat.
I'm gonna use my action, drop my disguise finally, poof. And I'm gonna jump in the water and swim to it.
Okay. Are you jumping?
Away-
Are you jumping
away
out
from-
towards Ikanthoth, or are you just jumping out into the water?
I'm gonna run over 20 feet here and try to jump over to Ekenthal, I guess.
Okay.
If he's flying.
So
I'm
you
just-
fly, you hit him, kind of like catching him on your chest, and the two of you kind of descend down into the water. And the second he hits the water, like he kind of just starts floating a bit, but then submerges back into submersible mode.
Got my damn snorkels on.
Rose, you are up. I think you can get into the boat without an issue here.
Yeah. She also doesn't want to leave me and Vara behind though. So she's gonna move there and okay, so she is coming.
Yep. After she saw him turn into Vravik with her dagger in his back, she's kind of like, "Oh!" And then kind of, okay, hopefully nobody talks about that.
As he's running towards Ekenthal, he gives her a wink as he jumps to the as he goes, whoop.
Well, yeah, that's right. He caught it. He didn't.
Yeah.
He misestimated
So
it.
she'll hop
Jump in.
in and hold her arm
Alright.
out for her to be able to get in the next round.
More pirates start flooding the decks. I'm not going to do more tokens. You get the point. But the last shot and the single to last shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somebody roll a d6.
Not me.
1, 2, 3. So, trying to decide who's the most important person from this distance, he looks down at the line and he says to himself, well, the one with the big old peacock feathers has to be important. I've already hit it once. This'll get him. Go ahead and make a con saving throw. You take 3 points of piercing damage from the strike. You save on the con save. You already are resistant to this poison from taking so much the first time. And at this point, what happens is the small little dinghy of a ship starts moving off. And then I'm going to pause the music here for a second because I do have to ask a question narratively. You're going to continue on. Something will be coming after you because you obviously know how that works.
Yep.
But Vravik, looking inside of the ship as the ship starts to become flooded on top of it with pirates, inside of that kind of cozy space that you've seen in the middle there, you look that way and it's completely clear. Do you wish to backtrack and go into that space now that you are solo, or just rush the fuck out of here swimming as you can after the boat?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
Okay. 1 second, because this might actually change whether or not they get flustered. So when you get inside, And I will move us onto this map here. And it'll probably be dark for everybody. Except for Bravik. Is that right?
It's
Yeah,
dark for me
it's dark.
too.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and make it visible by doing one of these. Dynamic lighting off. Save settings. Cool. So we're off to the left here, this big open space. And it's pretty much emptied out. It looks like some of these spaces up on the top were where they were kind of exiting out, like some of these catwalks and such. And as you kind of swim into this space from kind of over here, what you very clearly notice is that the this horn here goes straight up into the keel of the gunship. Do you wish to ascend there, or do you wish to just leave now that you've seen that this place doesn't really have much going for it?
I want to go to the gunship.
Without entering in too deeply into it, you start to hear commotion on the decks and people asking what's going on, and then people saying, they're leaving, they're trying to escape, we have to rush after them, kind of stuff like that. But you realize that that first space that you're entering into is filled with barrels of gunpowder.
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell Ikenthal to just stay in the water down here.
Stay.
I fixed the boat.
Lifts his claw and just puts one claw side up.
Well, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and rig it
Swirl
with
in the
close.
mug that's sitting on the floor.
You know I'm
Rush
going
up
to
there.
I'm going to try and get a fuse or something going.
Okay. So go ahead and make a ninja tools check. And so this will just be, if you have thieves tools, I know ninja tools probably, it doesn't have like a tools section on the side, but if you have thieves tools trained, just click it and add intelligence. Okay. Does anybody want to spend their inspiration?
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay. You set up a what you feel is like a timed detonation, and then you leave out the way you came. As you're sailing off, and you're fully looking back, everybody, expecting there to be a blue mage kind of rushing out after you, you can see like a small little treading of water kind of near the side of the ship, kind of heading off after you. And this is well into your travel. Like, you've managed to get quite a distance, maybe about a minute or so out. You then watch as a massive explosion erupts from the center of the ship, just blowing out that cannonade kind of boat keel in the center. And you start to watch as this explodes into multiple detonations into the smaller portions of the ship, exploding the entirety of the Hydra up from the interior. And your 19 was sufficient for you to be able to get out of range of the explosion without having to suffer any negative repercussions.
Other than body parts sprinkling down around you, probably.
Oh,
Those
I'm
are
gonna-
snacks for
Yeah,
Ikenthal.
yeah. That's just fueling him for the rest of this trip.
An arm lands next to him.
His eyes turn
He's
around.
he's Pac-Manning the whole way across the water back to our boat.
Waka 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 waka.
Just makes him go faster.
Yeah.
But it does appear that in this process, and I'm going to go ahead and clear the turns, kill the turn order, move that off of there, get rid of your trailing, because you would technically be here, and the Lord's pirate ship wreckage would now be here. Okay. And I definitely want background music. I don't know why
Anyone
it's
got
not.
an iPhone to take a picture?
They would
Draw a picture. It'll last longer.
they would be able to confirm if you say it's sunk out here, and here are the coordinates. You'd be able to kind of confirm that.
Well, I've got the captain's hat.
And you also have the captain's hat. Did you take his head?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I
I thought that's what you said. Did you say hat? Oh, not even head. I was like, no, I'm take his whole head.
all right, raw as fuck. You cut his head off,
Yeah.
so you have his hat. I mean, by proxy.
Head and hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
One hat bracket with
That's
one
what I
head
do.
bracket with hat.
I am an assassin. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna
He
bring
just
back
carved
the head
off
or the
his
hand or
face.
something.
He's just bringing his face with him, face off style. Just gonna
So you all
don't need a hat of disguise. I am the captain now.
You managed to make it back to the questing Bonnie, and you all get back on board in the middle of the night. It's like midnight or later, so just let me know what you want to do.
Sure, the blue mage guy didn't get out of the ship before it blew.
Can't confirm.
Uh-oh. We should vacate the area. I like the idea that y'all all got back to the ship. Y'all are on board, and I'm just slowly coming over.
Probably go collect.
I don't remember if you got out.
Probably go collect our loot, and by loot she means the not ransom,
Bounty.
bounty. That's the word.
What kind of One Piece fan are you?
I'm sorry.
Are we
having a brain
going?
day.
Bounty Russia.
I know it's 20,000 gold.
It is 20,000 gold.
Is it better to go back, or would it be better just to head to Penford?
That's your choice.
I would suggest it's better to head back, just because that is a much shorter trip, and if we go to Penford, who knows when we're actually going to come back to collect said bounty, and
That
what might
is
happen to the
true.
wreckage in the meantime.
Alright.
Okay.
Also, we need to hire one more crew member again.
That's also true.
So you're heading back, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many days did it take us to get to this point, John?
About 4, I think it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Or 3? 3 or 4.
The following morning, I will swap a spell for sending to send a message back to let them know.
Who?
The
The
person that gave us the
magistrate?
yeah, the magistrate.
Okay.
Yeah, the magistrate.
So you don't know them by name, but you're familiar with them enough to be able to cast Sending. That's fine. So
If not him, some contact that we still have
There's
back
one
there.
guy.
okay. So for the first day back, because you probably wouldn't have done anything during that night besides kind of just get back to situated, since it was a midnight strike, and kind of get back on.
Heal up, patch up, yeah.
Yeah, get back onto your scheduling. You start to sail back towards Oostis, which weirdly is not on my map. Very strange. But I'll fix that here in a second. That said, at the beginning of the next day, as you kind of start the day, before then, give me. Oh no, you wouldn't have been attacked during the evening. Huge explosion. So yeah, during the next day, beginning of the next day, tell me how you start your day, Jonah, Orlando specifically. I want to know what your plan is here. So, according to what I was told, the plan was to return to Oostis, which means you'd have to chart a course and be intent on going to Oostis. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
And then someone else, go ahead and roll me.
I mean,
Yeah, you take that much at the start of the day. Someone else, go ahead and roll me 3d20. Cool. So about midway through the day, as you're kind of continuing past, early in the morning, as you start to turn the ship about and move, you see something to the north of you, quite a ways away. Very strange, kind of right about here-ish. It appears to be a series of sky ships that are heading east. Looks like they are kind of moving away from the western coast of the Strait of Ordros. Due to the fact that it's early morning, you aren't able to make too much about the sky ships in question, but again, you continue on. In the middle of the day, someone roll a D100. As we get more random encounter fun times. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. 84A. Ooh, oh, that is bad.
Not the Kraken.
This is not my night.
Hold on. Okay. So you would see as you're kind of moving about midday, which is where I've got you positioned, that on the coast of the island with the tower, the center island for the bridge, there appears to be a very large craft kind of on the shore. Looking at it from a distance, you're not able to make much out of it, but using spyglass to look at it, you very quickly identify that the ship is very much of alien origin. It appears to have 8 legs, and it's kind of seated on the shore, very much looking like a massive kind of chitinous spider. If you wish to continue sailing towards the island, as has already been kind of fashioned as the quickest loop around, you can do so, or if you wish to shift course to try and avoid the island and possible sight from them, you can make a navigation tools check from the either first mate or captain to try and avoid that position. But if you wish to just rush it, you can too. You can do that too.
I'll try to avoid it.
Navigation tools using in wisdom.
Not a one.
Okay.
Shit.
So as you kind of approach the island, you try to maneuver away from it, but it seems that in the process, you kind of come up with an idea as to how to maneuver away from it too late after the fact. So the kind of natural water flow of the strait, the natural wave structure of the strait kind of moves you closer to the island than you'd prefer. In that, the massive spider ship starts to ascend, fly off of the shore, and soon after kind of ascending to about a height of 100 feet, vanishes from sight. You continue the day, and you make it to here by nightfall. Pretty close to where you saw the
Don't like that.
The stranger on the pillar. It doesn't look like there's a campfire there as it turns close to night. There does seem to be a bit of a smolder, like they just left the campfire going and they left, but not much of one. Like it seems to have just kind of been cinders for the entirety of the day. Actually, no, it's snuffed out because you're in a watery area. It would have just died.
High humidity.
Yeah. So again, completely dark as you make your way towards the bridge. Do you wish to proceed through the night, or do you wish to, because you have a night staff, obviously you can continue.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we'll
That'd
go
be fine.
5 more.
Oh, someone's printing.
Oh my God, Printy boy.
That's what those boops are. I was like,
I kept hearing
here's-
the boops of a printer. I was like, uh-oh, night
I'm like,
shift.
who's booting up a DOS machine? What's going on over there?
3 more d20 rolls, please. He has to
I
do
got
it.
it.
It's very important.
We hear a faint boop
Oh.
in the night.
You did them first.
Yeah. So, in the middle of the night, there is an immediate. Who's on night shift amongst the group? Is there anybody here who does it? Just Lose, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a clangor from the crow's nest. As you kind of wake up, Lose, from your trance, not wake up, but yeah, you come to from your trance. You kind of move up there quickly to see what's going on. And what you would realize is it seems that inclement weather is persisting kind of in and around your region. It seems to have kind of caught your night crew off guard due to the darkness and the just suddenness of the storm. And it hits heavily. Those that are wishing to kind of, because again, you're going to be tired if you wake up and try to do anything with the storm. You can certainly do that, but if not, you can just try and sleep through it or just stay kind of rested through it. But this storm hits heavily and rocks the ship If you, Orlandis, do not want to take charge in the middle of the night, I have a predetermined what's going to happen if your third shift crew member is the one who handles it. Hunild.
Yeah. I mean, Hanel would know if it gets a little too crazy to wake Orlandis up, right?
Again, you're not going to be able to sleep through it. It's going to be a hard rest here, which we'll
It's
discuss
like
how
sleeping through a hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're not really sleeping. You can decide to like bunker down and try and write it out, or you can kind of rise to the occasion and do what you want.
Yeah, I'll try to help.
Okay, I have a predetermined what's going to happen if Hunild is the one who has to do it. But if you folks are out and about doing it, then what I need from you, Captain, as you're kind of trying,
would also help.
okay, so you'll add help to him. But as you are trying to basically get everyone on to deck and get them to work, and the like, I need you to make a vehicles water check with charisma. And I know that sounds weird, but you're basically trying to ensure everyone is doing the right thing that they need to be doing, battening down the hatches, and other cool terms that have to do with this kind of thing. Okay.
Move wet left.
So as
And they did.
everyone is about, you are engaging in this process, and successfully so. But it is a strenuous activity for you, a very strenuous activity. So just for you, Orlandis, I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Now, the others, Lose, you said you were helping, which means that you would have been active. So you also need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And then Astrogoth, would you have tried to kind of just keep low during the third watch, not really able to help, and just kind of stay in your, bunk, trying to kind of keep to, or would you have tried to rush out and help? It wouldn't really add anything. It's just what you think your character would be doing.
I mean, he knows he doesn't really have any skill with a boat or anything, so I'm thinking he would either go out for moral support or try to nurse his wound. I'll say he goes out for moral support.
Okay.
He is playing the violin like the dudes on the Titanic.
But not really.
No, not like that. That's a bad thing.
Not really doing much in the way of like actually aiding. That's fine. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Ravik, same question for you.
I feel like he would help, yeah.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. And then Castia.
Castia, if anything, would probably be helping Ikenthoth try to keep the boat together if that was something that was happening.
Good. I need you to go ahead and make just a strength check, and then I need you to make a con save after that. Okay. Okay. So, you work hard through the night. Ikenthoth is not really getting a lot of help from you, Castia. It's limited, but
Mending?
Again, it's more often than not that you are unable to kind of get to the positions that need the aid, and Ikenthoth is like, basically looks like a spider almost, kind of like attaching himself to lines and another line and kind of supporting himself in his flying, kind of like holding himself positioned to the ship, like locking himself through cord to the craft. And that allows him to work relatively well, but not to the best of his ability, what with the storm and everything, batting him around like a baseball or basketball, or like a tether ball, really. But anyway, the point is Orlandis, with your 15, you will suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Lose, with your 20, you will suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Hell yeah.
Astrogoth, as you were not aiding too much, and you failed your Constitution saving throw, you will suffer 1 level of exhaustion. Vravik.
Okay, where do I mark that on the character sheet?
I do not know. I know there
You
should
can
be.
only mark it on the little doodad.
There should be an option next to core, bio, and spells, the little cogwheel. There should be like a exhaustion tracking.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Castia, you got a 14, was it? Or 12? Yeah, you are exhausted 2 levels. And Vravik, you are exhausted. You said you were helping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're exhausted 2 levels as And that is a harsh night. What you will note is throughout the process, the ship has suffered some minor damage. You definitely realize that it's going to take maybe a day in port for the repairs to be done. And through the course of the next day, which is slightly less turbulent, you will be able to calculate the damage to being around in the ballpark of about 500 gold pieces worth of damage. Okay. During the next day, go ahead and you're not going towards the sea of solid flame, so go ahead and roll your damage. And then during the night of the second day, someone go ahead and roll me 3d20. But during the night of the second
I'll let
day,
you go.
as you're rushing, you'll be able to make it to a hostess port. And what I get on those d20s? Oh, 18. So that'll be kind of towards nightfall at the end of it. D100. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, jeez. I also can't find the
Oh, good.
exhaustion one. I found the show exhaustion tracking, but
After you do that, and then you go to the core, it will show up below your hit points.
Yeah, below your hit dice.
oh, I see. Great.
Oh, great.
I love that.
That low was good.
Not on the D100.
Yeah,
Oh.
no.
So it's always been a joke that if you roll a 1 on a D100 for
You just spontaneously combust. It's
no. There's an NPC named Kelder, which was Chad's character from a pretty powerful campaign who went insane and basically hears the voices of everyone he's killed and everyone that's died as a result of his actions in his head. And anyone who gets within like a certain range of him also hears the screams of these people.
Met him before.
Yeah, and he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And so he just randomly will show up at different points of the plane. So if you roll a 1 on the random encounter, no matter where you are, he just happens to be there somehow. And then you have to fight him, and he's hard. But a 5 is funny for me because on water it's not that bad. It's just
It's an earthquake. Oh no.
potentially bad.
A wall of fire.
So you see, like you saw the other day,
Sea of solid
wreckage
flame.
of a ship.
Yeah.
When looking at the wreckage of the ship from a distance, it being nightfall, since it's night at that point, Lose, you'd be the only one active at this point. Do you wish to investigate the wreckage or kind of suggest to Hunild and the crew to steer clear of it?
Probably steer clear.
Okay.
It's a rough night.
It's been rough.
Not a problem. So for the
I'm tired.
remainder of the evening, as you continue to push and sail on, everyone who's on night crew reports hearing the crying of a child throughout the course of the evening. Like
Oh
an agonized
no.
crying of a child, even well past when you left the ship. And they don't
I
know
promise
why.
it's not me.
It's probably Castor. She's so tired.
Can Lose hear this?
Yeah. It definitely does sound like there's
She'd
a
wanna go
child. No,
She'd want to go get
when
it
you start
though.
investigating where it is, you do not know where it is. Like, it's even well past you leaving the wreckage. It just seems like there's a crying child.
It's just like ever present.
Like off the railing, like somewhere nearby. When people look over, they don't see anything. You hear the child inside of the deck when you go back down to trance. Like it's just this ever-present kind of just crying child.
God, that's
present.
gonna haunt her.
Literally. No, like and everyone. So
Yeah.
those of you that are currently sleeping, I need you to go ahead and make wisdom saving throws.
God damn it. Somebody give me inspiration, please.
Okay. Oh no, Lose, you weren't
Oh.
sleeping. You trance. You
Oh,
don't sleep.
okay. You said
Only sleepers.
only sleep.
Yeah, this has to do with dreams.
Oh, great.
Okay, Astrogoth, pretty good. Dead on the so Orlandus right off. And oh, sorry, wisdom save 15. That's also a miss. Okay. So, um, Astrogoth, you're the only one who sees the full scope of the dream. Everyone else, you have very turbulent nightmares and cannot rest. It seems to be a clear evening during the second kind of evening as you're moving towards Uostis, but you cannot sleep. It just, whatever it is, this crying child sound, something at the tip of your, like, just subconscious keeps forcing you awake and causing you unrest.
Just
Um,
out of curiosity, does anything happen to whatever is the cause of this? Like happened to Tree Dude back in the elf
oh,
place because of?
no. Nothing new. Nothing crazy. Just you do not get a scope of the dream. Whatever's assailing you, you just cannot sleep.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if it poking around or encroaching in mental space was going to cause some kind of backlash again.
Just RP wise, Ravic's gonna get up. He's a shinobi. He's kind of monk like. He's gonna try and like find his piece. He's gonna be trying to try
And when you think you have it, and you kind of like have like a smile show up on your rat folk face, you just kind of like your eyes drift, and then you hear it, and you're just like, oh. So you manage to get sleep, but not restful sleep. So what that means is this does not count. You would have gotten a long rest the night before, so key that in. But for the purposes of Orlandis, you do not get a long rest, which means you do not recover your hit points. You can spend hit dice for a short rest, however.
Wait, Orlandis passed the check.
Orlandis did not pass the check. The DC was 17.
Oh, he said he was 15. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I said he just missed it.
Oh, okay.
So, Orlandis, you can spend hit dice as if you took a short rest to recover the hit point damage you took from the Gaius, but you will not get a full rest.
All right.
And
Do
then
that.
everyone who failed, so everyone besides Astrogoth, you gain another level of exhaustion. For Astrogoth, during your sleep, and this is dependent on whether this is a lingering effect or not, you do sleep like a baby, and not a crying one, like a one that actually sleeps, right? What would Astrogoth's idea of the most pristine exterior space be? Like, what would his ideal kind of like natural setting be?
Probably. I mean, it's not. I don't think that would be entirely natural, but the first thing I think of would be like a cottage by a river in the woods. Secluded, kind of grandmotherly type, not evil hag grandmother, but you know what I mean. The whole cottage core kind of thing.
Got the babbling brook next to it.
Yeah, exactly. Little water wheel that creaks.
A meadow not too far by. You're kind of
Yeah.
a nice meandering road that leads to a bigger thoroughfare towards a city or something, some distance away. Not within eye shot, so it's not a blight on your scene, but like at the same time, that just comfort of knowing that it's close by. But it feels like in this dream space, you're walking up that road, heading towards that cottage, and there's something off about it at first, something strangely weird about this process. You're walking up to the cottage and you feel like you've been here before, but you also know in your mind, like the rational side of you, you've never been here before. It's just this strangely idealistic kind of place in your mind that just seems nice. The door is slightly ajar. There's a nice rocking chair just outside on the porch. The meadow, as I mentioned, seems to have like a nice smell of flowers in bloom. It's definitely well into spring in this idealized kind of place, but you know that you were kind of leaning into winter when you were outside of the dream. So you're cognizant of this space being not real. That said, do you wish to enter the cottage or just sit outside and be comfortable in this idyllic kind of dream space?
If he's aware that it's not real, I think he would probably try to knock on the door and see what's inside.
Okay.
Probably making the gross and wrong assumption that if it's a dream, it can't hurt him.
Yeah. So when you come to the door and knock on it, looking inside, it's kind of this blur of you can't identify. the space inside, but at the same time, like you just get a feeling that it's normal. I don't know if you've ever had a dream like that where a person's like face is kind of removed, but that just feels like it's correct.
Oh yeah, they've always had that.
Yeah. So you knock and you hear a woman's voice say, "Please come inside. I need your help." And as you push the door open, presuming that you do, you would see that the interior of the house is actually an ocean. And in the heart of the ocean that you're looking into from inside of, or from, inside the door frame, there's a wreckage of a ship cast with night. The stars above. There's a woman whose skin is pale and blue, who is holding on to what appears to be a bit of flotsam, and on that is a small, just baby's bed, the child laying on it.
It's a hell of a bathroom.
And you hear the woman's voice again. Yeah, that looks like you got some flooding damage, ma'am. I'm gonna go ahead and call a contractor.
Above my pay scale.
You hear the voice repeat again. "Please, help me. Help her get to safety."
Well, I mean, he's not gonna ignore a child, so he would go towards the crib or the
You jump
bed.
into the water, kind of rush yourself over to it, swimming out to the flotsam amidst the wreckage. You reach up, grab the child, pulling the child into your arms. And what you realize is the child is also bluish in color, appears to also be dead. The voice says, "Please, please help her." And it just keeps repeating that over and over again in your head.
How?
Go ahead and make a religion check.
I have a 1. Yep.
You don't know how. So, again, I'm not going to give you any answers. If you have any ideas as to what you want to do here, you can definitely do it. Keeping in mind, you are in a dream space. So, anything that you can imagine is pretty much possible.
Honestly, I think the first thing that he would think of is that he would think of the ocean as a metaphor for the dream, and holding the baby, he would try to force himself awake
Okay.
in thinking that it would bring it with him,
Okay.
I guess.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Go ahead. Ooh, that is super interesting. Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. Again, I know you've already passed it once, but this one's at a lower DC. Okay. You take up the baby, and you kind of like, yell towards the sky at first. How? And then you kind of like close your eyes in the dream space and kind of think on reality. And there's this kind of like, the typical, as you're trying to wake yourself from a dream kind of thought process, this chain of, pinch yourself, or, oh, I got to be up in the morning for work, or whatever the thing that you think of when you're in a dream to like get out of the dream, to shunt yourself from that space. When you come to and kind of force yourself awake in the middle of the night, you are holding something. It's kind of like settled on your chest, laying in the hammock. There's just something there. And as your kind of eyes blink open to realize it, there is a spectral form of what appears to be a baby in your arms.
It's another goddamn Atropole again.
You
Ghost baby.
don't hear it the same way that everyone else is hearing it, where it's causing them to be restless. You instead hear it in more of like a giggling, kind of like happy, joyful manner. This child seems to be at rest in your arms. But manifest to you. You can see it. The ethereal ghost.
We all getting hurt.
Officially spooked.
Hmm.
Hey guys, you'll never guess what I found.
A baby.
They don't see it,
Oh, great! So I just look like I'm crazy.
but they do hear it. They just don't hear it like coming from a specific place. It's just like this ever-present kind of crying that's happening, and then printer pressing. They like press the printer. They don't press the printer, but there is crying.
I love how you keep saying the baby crying, and your cat sounds like a baby crying in the background.
The child is kind of happy with you, but yeah, you managed to go back to sleep without an issue, Astrogoth, and sleep well by it. But everyone else, you still have the same issue. And in the morning, at light, Astrogoth, you know that the baby's no longer visible, but you still feel the baby's presence. And everyone else, like, the baby's crying has stopped. But you are at Uostis in the middle of the night, and you've set up dock. The people who were on crew in the evening time, which would be also Lose, you're able to kind of, settle in Uostis and get back to the nature of the town. Let me go ahead and get the town map, or at least try to, right? I'm good at this. I can do it. There it is. And then we can discuss the things that'll happen. I'm assuming that you're going to spend the rest of the evening on ship, not actually like getting out and going into a town that's probably sealed up anyways, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chilling.
I don't know. If Ryvik's over here hearing crying babies, we're like, I'm going to the inn. Screw this. Ghost babies on board.
I still had the because I was trying to match the sizes up. But yeah, you managed to pull into dock without issue. The baby crying, like I mentioned, for those of you who didn't get great rest, goes away, but kind of leaves you all restless. I think one of you is at 3 levels of exhaustion, and then the others are at 2, and at Astrogoth, just the 1.
Oh, there's
Yep.
2 of them that are at 3.
Oh, geez, okay, all right.
Castia and Forever.
Oh, yeah, because Cassia was working hard and failed as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Never helping people again.
You're back at dock, and in the morning, when you wake, so Orlandis, what's the first thing that you want to do when you wake up in the morning?
He already took his damage.
5d10.
Okay.
Here we go.
And did you spend hit dice to heal yourself? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So keep track of the hit dice you don't currently have, because that's going to be important. And then for the other folks in the morning, let's just go from left to right. We'll ask everybody through. For you, Castia, I do want to mention, like, obviously there's something going on here of a religious nature. I'll go ahead and let you make a religion check in the morning as you're kind of trying to figure it out in your head. More than fair. You definitely feel like the ship is haunted. And when I
Great.
say haunted, like by a literal ghost.
I'm assuming I would know that I probably need to remove a curse or something like that on the ship
not-
too, or like what?
It's not so much a curse. You're basically just going to be exorcising the child, the spirit from the ship, which, again, won't be an issue for you. To do so, it will cost you the use of your channel divinity. Simple as that. Simple as.
Okay, I will do so.
Okay. Yeah, you take the time to kind of like investigate the ship, come to learn that the child is in the area near Astrogoth, near and about Astrogoth.
Spray him with a bottle of holy water.
But you manage to kind of work through it. And Astrogoth, you're obviously present for this, so if you want to interject and ask what Cassia is doing, you can certainly, discuss.
What are you doing?
You remember when Orlandis put me in charge of cleaning the ship when we were in the dock last time? I'm just doing that again. There's the storm and the noises. It just I gotta clean.
Well, that's a lie.
Yeah. Well, if if you're gonna clean, then I should probably get out of your way, and I would.
Take the ghost baby with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you would kind of like understand that the ship is being exercised, and well, you wouldn't understand it. You have no religion knowledge. But eventually, as you kind of maneuver throughout the morning, you would realize that the baby's presence dissipates as Castia finishes her ritual with Channel Divinity. Okay, Lose, in the morning, you're docked. You're here back in Oasis. Is there anything that you're wanting to do in particular?
Not really.
Okay.
Probably go with Favrik to the magistrate, though.
Okay. So you and Bravik. All right.
Yeah.
Bravik, tired. Not having the greatest of days. Do you wish to drag your head and, yeah,
And the head.
also the head that you have? Taking the head of the pirate lord to the magistrate. Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. And you have company. And last but not least, Astrogoth, besides, being accosted by the Castia exorcism nonsense, is there anything that you want to do when you first kind of wake up or after and like in entering the town or whatever?
Despite it probably being looked at, he'd probably want to have someone look at his wound that he doesn't like getting shot, especially.
Castia is right there. So yeah, the two of you kind of, discuss the wound as well. And again, with the sleep and everything, you're able to kind of muster, it back. But she's able to kind of, help in her healing way.
It's okay. I think I read in that notebook from James that vampires aren't affected by poison, so you should be fine.
So you don't have to amputate?
I mean, I might have to for somebody else, but not for you.
Unless you want me to.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a really cool story.
I mean, I can amputate.
Yeah, like if you think about it, I mean, do you need both for the Dutes? I mean, imagine the free drinks you could get telling a elaborate war story.
Clearly, you're not a bard. I don't need any of that, but I appreciate the gesture.
Okay.
He says, not being a bard himself.
Clearly, you're not a bard.
As a regular human, I understand completely.
Orlandus, tired,
Yes.
pained by the stone in your palm.
Yes.
You understand that the repairs are going to have to be done by the Boatswright League, or by your Boatswright with basically the purchasing from the Boatswright League, because you are in port now. These are heavy damages compared to just what minor damages can be repaired by your Boatswright at sea. So 500 gold pieces to Ickenthoth, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And anything
would
else?
would it be cheaper to hire the league, or
Oh, there's no cheaper. 500 is the amount that you're shelling out.
to fix the boat?
Yeah, that's not for labor. That's for hard supplies. It's like
Okay.
yeah, it's 500
What
gold
about-
pieces worth of like replacing planks on the sides of the ship and like repairing it. You
Would
were
it be
hit by a
easier
heavy
on-
storm.
Would it be easier on Ickenthoth to hire the league to help him?
I mean, he's going to, yeah, but I mean, like, again, it's mainly the cost that you're. There's no easier here.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to round out. There's no negotiating the price.
No, not the price. I'm talking about like in terms of labor. Would it be easier to help or to hire someone to help
Yeah, I
him?
mean that's kind of what's happening. He's not going to ask for more. Like what I'm saying, the 500 is. It's like you're paying the league, or
Yeah.
to basically fix the ship, and they're the ones
Okay.
who have the supplies. So like that's all that's going to happen.
That's
there.
cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
Shit. Orlando's gonna try to find an exorcist to get the stone out of his hand.
Not how that works, but yeah.
I know. I know.
Is there anything else that you want to do in particular?
Just rest, I guess.
Okay, so we're not notifying Valen's parents that he died at sea. Okay,
Great, Captain.
He's perfectly fine.
so
What do y'all believe?
Healthy. He's
We'll let
healthy.
He
we'll let his
joined the
friend
Pirate
go do
Lord.
that.
when you
We'll let
make
his
it
friend go do that.
to the magistrates' office, Vravik and Lose, the
Hold
magistrates Go ahead.
On the way, I'm stopping by the bar and getting a prairie oyster. Bravik needs to wake up.
Okay.
He's shaky as he's mixing shit into a glass.
you throw it back after stopping in the oh god, I have the name of this place somewhere. I'll find it here in a bit. But yeah, absolutely fine. When you make it to the magistrate's office, he would say, welcome back. We have had reports from the north that there's quite an explosion that happened in the midst of the Ordra Strait. I'm assuming that was you.
Bravik is not having any of it. He plops the head down, plops the seal of ownership. You're welcome.
Did you take the hat off the head?
Yeah, I took
Okay,
that off.
you got the hat.
It's actually on his head.
It's on my head.
Wearing the pirate's hat. Did you attune to it?
Is it magical?
No one asked. I made a point of mentioning the hat. Nobody asked anything about the hat. Kind of an entry party.
Cool hat.
It is a cool hat. It's a doubly cool hat.
Cooler than cool hat.
It's 2 times the cool. So he would say, excellent. Well, Bounty met. He would look at the head a bit perturbed, kind of like jostle it, like you'd kind of like jostle it to kind of like move it, and put it into a small pony keg, or barrel, like a little barrel he has. Just chuck it in there, and then he would kind of come back to you, like cleaning his hands, and then toss you a bag of coin. He says, "This is 2,000 of it. The letter of marque I have written up for you and have drafted for you. It can be collected at Penford." At a character note, I said that the bounties can be collected at any magistrate, so just add up there.
Any magistrate?
Yeah. Basically, a law enforcement officer is the one who has to pay it. But
so we could have gone to Penford.
he's only got the 2,000 on hand in liquid, so he hands you a letter of ownership, 8,000 from Levidius Duchy. You are due payment. He says, this one would be for Penford. I have put small addendums at the bottom. If you can find any Levidia-friendly towns that have the coin on hand, they should be able to take this letter and pay you accordingly. I apologize, I do not have more. If you'd like, I can give you a letter of marque for use in the town. If you wish to spend any currency here, we can put forward tabs and balances with individuals present within if you're wishing to buy anything present here in Elosis.
He'll be alright. She'll look at Bravik.
You're in charge.
Additionally, there was a group of individuals who came from the north who were asking specifically about the questing Bonnie. I believe they are currently staying in town. They are amidst the temple to the south. The individual leading the group, I believe her name was Blothild.
Oh, we know her. They're at the temple, you say?
Aye.
Alright. Well, I think that's probably where we'll be going next.
Bravik's going to inform him that a trader ship was destroyed.
Oh yeah, there was that.
Yeah, I've lost another trader. So y'all know.
Well,
Hopefully no more with the pirate lord being around. Or not being around.
This is unfortunate. Do you happen to know which way the ship might have been sailing before it was destroyed? That might help me identify it. We did have one ship leave a few days before you, but whether or not that was the ship you say was destroyed, I can't be certain. What banner were they flying?
Levidia's.
Then they must have been coming here, or coming somewhere near here. Definitely not the ship that we sent out from our ports. I will do what I can to contact the individuals who need to know. But I thank you for the information. I'm sure that whoever sent the ship out, it was probably from Penford itself, and they may be able to identify the ship for you if you were able to give them details. But as it was flying the Lividian banner, I know it was not ours. Our ships have been instructed not to fly the Lividian banner when they leave Oostis, as they pass through the strait, and only raise that banner once they have made it around the Cape of Ordris.
Just as an aside, Driver's going to lean over to Lose and say, should we show him on the map where we blew up the ship?
Say no.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah.
We gotta go back and get some.
It was pretty obvious, right?
We have reports that say that the ship was blown up in the strait, a very massive explosion. Again, I'm not going to attempt to confirm your kill of the Pirate Lord's vessel. I'm going to take it based on your reputation, Master Long Whisker, that you did indeed do what you said. And the head is also sufficient notice that what you did is what you did. Once we get to it, we'll probably send ships out to recover what we can from the Pirate Lord's vessel. But for the time being, I do not believe it's necessary to prove it to give you that letter of ownership on the bounty.
Oh, I wasn't asking for proof. I was asking about salvage operations.
Well, we will definitely attempt to. But again, based on the reports I've received, there probably isn't too much left of it. The explosion was visible from shore. Quite the massive explosion. It said to have been able, for the people at shore, they could have read by it at night if it lasted longer.
Again, you're welcome.
Anyway. And again, thank you.
Puts on his sunglasses and walks away.
It's too early for all this shit. So Lose, having been given information regarding Blofeld being present in town.
She'll head that way, ask Braverick if he wanted to either go back to the ship and let the others know about that, or join her.
Sure. Yeah, sure. He'll go back to the ship. He needs to rest.
You nap.
Okay. So entering.
So she'll head to the
Baby
temple.
cat. Not now.
He has to print.
Yeah, he's not trying to print now. He's trying to knock over my Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh no.
Said you won't let me print or give me churros,
Do
so
as
I
I
will.
Then directly
knock
to the
her down.
graveyard.
That's another really good one, but I'm not going to give
Exile all of them.
I'm going
Rude.
to give him the inspiration because exile.
Maybe if I make copies of his cards, he'll feed me more.
Oh.
I already.
There are plenty of cards that generate food tokens.
I
He
already
might be
have
looking.
So many proxies in this bad boy. I don't run a lot of real cards.
And the temple is 20, right?
Yeah, that's right. And bear with me here while I do a thing. I think we can do it. Let's see. Completely black?
Yeah.
That's depressing. I think the hexes are too small, or the squares are too small.
Let
on
there
this one.
be light.
But
I'm also seeing
Possibly
a
moonlight.
55 feet thing. Oh, there it is.
yeah, that's just stuck on there for shenanigans. But yeah, you enter into the
Okay.
temple. It's actually supposed to be a little bit bigger than this, like double the size. But just to give you the idea of what it looks like, you wouldn't be entering from there because that's obviously like, where the preaching happens.
Yeah.
But when you enter into this space, you would see that there are a number of pews, the number being 6, and then there appears to be a like an honored grave or crypt on the north side. There is a sword laying out on it. The sword in question appears to be a long sword. But looking at it more closely and more thoroughly, you actually realize that it is not a true longsword or bastard sword. Instead, the blade is quite thin. It is what is known as an arming sword, and is used by duelists to kind of, instead of generating kind of like a thrusting technique, it's used for kind of a one-handed slashing technique. Similar in usage to the dueling blades of the Far East, the katana, or uchikatana, used by the Seiyujins, but again with the same kind of formality in blade stylization that was handed down from the elves to the humans. The temple in question is that of Atavius, of Order specifically, not the Bedlam side. You would see that Blothild is present, sitting at one of the pews with all of her children.
I do not see her, but I will believe
I know
you.
she's not. Your character would see it. I have not drawn out the tokens because it is 5 minutes till, and I am lazy.
Oh, I see. No worries.
But she would turn and look back and see you. You didn't grab anybody to go with you, right?
No, she would have sent Braverick to let them know where she would be and who she was seeing.
Okay.
Or who she would be meeting.
She would look over to you and go, Lose. She would stand up, kind of walk over to you. You know she's a hugger, but she doesn't force it. Her kids look kind of, ragamuffin, I guess is the best way to kind of say it. Like, it looks like they've definitely been through a bit. And she looks like she's a bit kind of, road weary as well. And she would say, well, it's good to see you. I was genuinely surprised that you returned. We just arrived yesterday, and we were planning on leaving once we heard the ship that Albrecht gave to Orlandus had left. But I guess my prayers to Atavius were heard. The farm was overtaken by some sort of creeping darkness that swelled out of that shrine. That shrine on the farm.
Oh. Well, that's not the news that I was hoping to hear from you.
Well, it was fortunate that we are all here, as it was initially found out by boy, not the biggest boy, the boy the boy that has actually hung out with you and has fought alongside you, and his name.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to Sarth. Don't you dare.
There you go. It is Sarth. Sarth was the original, or the one who found it out initially, and he came down with a horrible sickness. We mended him, did our best to, make sure he was well, but then it kept spreading. Not in Sarth, but in the farm, and everything that we had planted started to die, and just at the end of harvest season, so there was still a bit more to gather up for the winter. But since we weren't able to be prepared for a full winter, we decided to leave. Especially since others had been reporting that the Denisothvins had won their conflict with the conglomerate over the strait.
Did they now?
It would seem so. Some of us feel that it won't be long till they reoccupy Carden. But
Well, if the blight has anything to do with it, there won't be anything there for them. Because apparently she'll start like cussing in Elvish about her sisters in the village.
So, I don't know. Apparently, you were gone on ship, so you've taken to sailing it. Is there any room for some able-bodied young lads and an old sea dog like myself on board?
We'll make room for you. We definitely had one spot clear up, so we'll make room for more.
Seems like most people who get into the employ of Orlandus end up in harm's way. There's been lots of talk in the tavern when I've had a chance to go, she says, looking at the kids, regarding some pirate lord. And there were some that said that Orlandus' ship went out to fight them.
Yeah, we did that. He's dead. Not
As-
Orlandis, the pirate lord.
As they gather their stuff from the places of rest here that they've been allowed to stay in by the clergy, she would kind of converse with you, and I'm assuming you just kind of tell her that you've become privateers and you're planning on breaking down ships on behalf of the Levidians. This seems to bring her great joy, and in your conversations with her, you do know she has been kind of, a fighter for all different purposes before she settled down and had kids. And so she's very kind of interested in getting back into it, and also having her kids kind of see the world a bit. So, yeah, I would say with that, Balthild and the kids, Karis, Gunther, Hollis, and Sarth, will return with you to the questing Bonnie. And Orlandis, tired as he is, we'll see them. We'll presume that all goes fine and swimmingly. And next session, we'll kind of work through if there's anything that you want to do downtime-wise during the day, and also preparatory-wise for your initial setting sail.
Does Castia seeing her mom remove all those levels of exhaustion from excitement? She's just
I think it adds more levels. But your green screen's great. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll pick up next week as we continue the strange adventures of the crew of the Questing Bonnie. See you then.
Bye.